No, like for whatever reason, like because I do 1, 2, 3, and like I can't, like this finger doesn't go up as hard when I hold down my pinky. If that makes sense, and then I go to 4, and it's like hard.
Why just kind of 1, 2, 3?
That's what I'm saying. Because I don't use my thumb. I use the first 3. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just do.
Switch it up, man.
And it hurts. Like this actually hurts. But anyway.
I don't want you to get hurt. There's like a weird dent in the can.
Oh no.
I put my thumb there before, and I was like, "Ooh,
that's a nice holster."
Nice holster. Let me take that. Oh, it's like warm now. It's been out for a while. I forgot how warm it is.
Apologies, buddy.
Right.
Welcome to We Need Wrestling, everybody. If it's any consolation, I am still sipping on my warm, Bubblicious Strawberry Splash Ghost Energy drink. So
I'll be drinking another one of these in about 7 hours.
Are you getting up for the G1 this morning too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, I forgot. Here we are sitting here bullshitting, and I didn't realize you have G1 to wake up for.
Oh, brother, it's all good.
All right.
I was have to be loaded up on caffeine. No,
all right. Well, let's get the. So what is it? It's A and B block again.
Yes.
Right. Are they running? So well, we wrestling everybody. I guess we get right into this, but
this is Brett. That's DJ.
Yes.
Whoop.
Are they run? Did you just whoop whoop?
No, I said what up.
Oh,
I should have whoop whoop.
You should have whoop whooped.
Whoop your ass.
Are they doing like the full G1 matches every time?
Yeah, because there's 4 blocks.
Yeah, all right.
8 matches a show.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I guess it gets through it, right?
Yeah. So this one,
and it's what? It's two shows a day off, 2 shows a day off, kind of thing.
No, so this one is. Oh, jeez, there was a dog underneath me. Sorry. This one's Friday.
Yeah,
and then they have an off day, and the next day show will be Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah. Well, because this week they ran them back to back, took a day off, and okay. I was glad that nothing landed like this morning, so that we didn't have to try and catch up real quick.
I would have been up.
But yeah, well, because you're a crazy person.
I have been a madman.
You're a madman.
This might be the year I watch every match of the G1.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Go for it. You're a braver man than I.
So I might.
Listen, we're a week in only. Like come to me at 3 weeks in.
We're 4 days in, all right.
Come to me at 3 weeks in and let's see what happens.
Dude,
see you crawling through the beginning of August.
I feel refreshed.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
I would have a system down.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad.
I don't know how many more certain people's matches I'm going to be able to sit
Well,
through.
we're going to talk about that in a bit. Welcome to We Need Wrestling, everybody. How are you, pal? Things are good. Let the people know. I know how you are. But
awesome.
Good.
I'm ready to rock.
Yeah? You ready to roll? You ready to lose control?
I'm stoked at some potential tomorrow.
Oh, are you pumped on being stoked?
I'm stoked on being pumped.
You're stoked on being pumped.
Sure.
Okay. All right, we'll see what happens.
Brother,
I'm all right. Interesting about tomorrow.
Interesting developments are happening.
We'll see what happens.
We don't have to make a decision tonight.
It's rolling over in the mind grapes.
We can.
I'll just talk about it right here. Why not? We'll just open it up, right? We'll open it up. We'll open it up because I got no news.
I don't either.
And I can Google the news in a second. But this is news.
This is news. This is all we need. Because we got a lot of shit to talk about.
Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor is probably the worst built Ring of Honor pay-per-view of all time.
Yep.
Not like, and the matches look really good, but there's literally nobody knows. I don't watch the Ring of Honor Daily Weekly Show.
The world title match just got announced.
Right, and they did a good job in the match last night of sort of why it's happening a little bit. And we'll talk about that later. But like a lot of the stuff is just thrown together, and it's going to be good matches, but it's all just kind of thrown together.
Yeah.
And like the Ring of Honor at one point kind of was that.
Just matches.
And so that's of course the way it was. You would go and it's this guy versus this guy, and then wrestling gets storylines and all that sort of stuff. Well, this Ring of Honor, there's not a ton of storyline here. Willow What's her name? Athena. That one's been brewing for a little bit.
That'd be cool to see Willow win the Ring of Honor World Women's title.
I mean, she think she's gonna have to, right?
Yeah.
That's how I would do it.
I would too.
Because then I would put Athena on regular TV again.
I agree, and have her run roughshod.
Right. Give Willow a little bit of a break because who knows where the fuck this Outcast thing is going, but. But Willow just beat Ruby, so like, what else did they have to do? Give her the title, put Athena on TV. Spice some things up a little bit, let her beat the shit out of some people. Just not Britt, because Britt looked rusty as fuck this week. They need to give her more ring time because she fucking needs it.
Just this week?
She needs it forever, but
well, her last match was real bad.
It was real bad. But tomorrow, as we record this, could be today as you're listening to it, could be yesterday as you're listening to this, could have been 3 days ago as you're listening to this, but Friday, the 21st of July, the year of our Lord 2023, they just announced the embassy. Are they calling them the Mogul Embassy?
Yeah, the Ring of Honor 6-man champs.
Yes, the Mogul Embassy.
Brian Cage. Bishop Khan and that other guy.
Yes, the one who was unsafe with Sting and then unsafe with somebody else the next week, and I was very mad at him. Against the team of Leon Ruff, who we both like.
Mm-hmm. Not as much as Ed, apparently.
Master Watto, who no one likes.
AZ.
No one likes. One person likes
the
him.
reigning best of the Super Juniors champion, Master
Watto.
He
is. Jesus Christ. That's weird. What a wet fart that one over, like, huh? And maybe the only other person that does like Master Watto, big match Taguchi.
Mr.
Ryusuke Taguchi is going to be in Ring of Honor 2 hours from my house, tomorrow night. The thing that makes me hesitate the most
is it's going to be a real bad
is that it's going to be a squash.
It's going to be quick
because they're cruiserweights against the beefiest guys they have.
It's going to be quick,
right? Maybe not because these guys are coming in from Japan. Like maybe Taguchi gets a funky weapon off on him or something.
What if Taguchi and Nana interact?
Whoa, oh my god, my heart. But I
just heard it skip.
So, but here's the thing, like I love Taguchi, obviously, and I like Leon Ruff, and
Master Watto.
Master Watto's fine, whatever. He looked better in that Super Juniors tournament, but it's still, I would never in a million years would I have him win that.
Way of the Watto.
But if Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony, or whatever they're called, are booked like they should be as big tough killers, there's no way a cruiserweight should stand a chance against them, even if it is all of my heart and my faction leader Taguchi. But when am I going to get to see Taguchi again? This was relatively unannounced.
This is the fine game you're going to have to play,
right?
Because there is the All-Star Junior show announced August 19th in Philly.
Correct.
Master Watto is on that show,
right?
You would feel like Taguchi would probably be on it too.
You would think.
But he's not announced yet. They're announcing one person a day.
Right.
So it's that fine line.
And do I run that risk?
Do we go drive 2 hours to watch Taguchi get squizzoshed real quick?
Real quick.
Or do you not go, you wait it out, and then he doesn't get announced for the All-Star show?
Right. And that's sort of the thing that you have to do, because I've missed most of my favorite wrestlers of my life. I've never gotten to see live. I never got to see Terry Funk wrestle live. I've met him, but I've never got to see him wrestle live.
Yeah. Never got to see Dusty Rhodes wrestle live.
I saw the Masked Rider.
I don't know. You saw the Masked Rider.
I saw the Masked Rider, which is close, but that's not Dusty. Yeah. I never got to see DDP. I did get to see Ultimo Dragon. I have now gotten to see Ishii. But I never got to see Kenta Kobashi. But I did see Muto and Kojima. It's like, what sort of risk do I take? And the biggest hesitation is that it is just going to be a squash. But the rest of that card does look really good.
The rest of the card's cool.
I like the Trish Adora Layla Hirsch match on the pre-show.
Yeah.
I like Hot Sauce on the pre-show. I always like seeing those matches are always good. Hot Sauce rules.
Yeah.
We'll see a lot of Flippy stuff. Pac Claudio is going to kill it.
That should be good. Joe Dalton Castle.
It should be good. I like Dalton Castle a lot. I like Joe.
Shibata Garcia.
Aussie Open's return.
Yeah. Shibata Garcia in a pure rules match.
Yes.
Just all depends on...
Right. And ticket is also a big $20 for up in the seats.
Whopping 20 ski.
Right.
Listen, I've told you, if you want to go,
right.
I'm down. I'm down to ride. You know me, I'm the road dog. Jesse
yes,
James,
absolutely.
Baby. But if you don't, I'm also fine with that. I mean that. Like,
yes.
If you're like, nah, you know what?
Right.
Let's not. Then, hey, brother, I have no problem with that.
I mean, I did send a tweet out to Tony Khan.
Well, Tony Khan, I know you listen to this every Friday morning.
And I have not heard back.
That son of a bitch.
From TK. And I know he was online because he tweeted shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
So you would think...
Well...
You would think that the big TK would be willing to hook a guy up here.
You would think.
But...
Well, fingers crossed, we'll make a decision in the morning.
Yes.
So... All right, do you want to get into shit?
Yeah. Do you want me to Google pro wrestling news first?
Brother, we have a lot of shit to talk about.
Right,
unless you want to, do a little quick.
Do we have a lot of shit to talk about? Pro wrestling news, backstage news on original plans for Death Before Dishonor. I mean, that's topical.
Yep.
No serious injuries coming out of Blood and Guts. That's good.
Yep. I saw it during the match. Yuta tweaked himself, but he was all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Because he was a little banged up going in, right?
Yeah, with his
quad
or his knee or his ankle or something. Something on the lower half of his body. His body, yada, yada. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm reading. So Samoa Joe was supposed to be out of Ring of Honor too, promoting Twisted Metal, but because of the SAG after strikes, he can't do any of that promotion. So.
Did you see the pictures of Renee, Moxley, and Yuta after the match?
No. Aw.
Yeah.
That's nice. What a family. Family. Aw.
Miss Renee.
Yeah, Miss Renee, totally.
Indeed.
But yeah, so they were going to do, apparently on this show, was originally going to be Shane Taylor versus Dalton Castle in the finals of the Eliminator, and when Joe's appearances for Twisted Metal promotion got canceled, they switched it up.
Yeah.
So... And Joe Dalton Castle will be a good one.
Other quick news. Thank you, Kevin Ford. Greta.com posted a picture on Instagram.
Many a philanderer.
Saying, women give me ties, but I can't love one woman because I have many philanderers.
He is many philanderer.
What a guy.
Yes. All right. So that's it for news. I think we're good to move on. Do you want to do Dark Side of the Ring up front before we get into actual wrestling?
Yes.
Abdullah the Butcher.
Yeah, baby.
This is the Dark Side of the Ring Abdullah the Butcher Lies Through His Teeth edition. Controversial episode, do you think?
Yes.
Okay. What part do you think is the most controversial? Because I know what part I think is the most controversial. Okay.
Listen. I thought they did such a good job setting up how fucking terrifying Abdullah the Butcher was.
Absolutely. I'm also glad that they said he just was doing the Sheik, the original Sheik bit.
Which he was.
Yeah.
I love that at the beginning of the show they said that there is some very graphic images.
And there was.
And it's just him
right.
bleeding everywhere.
Absolutely.
Bleeding everywhere.
Yes.
And I was even texting you, we were texting a little bit during this saying like, man, like imagine like seeing that back in the 80s. Right, yeah. Like, I would have been fucking terrified.
I was a big Abby fan just from tape watching.
You have a picture of you and Abby.
I do. Yeah. Because he was so intertwined with the Funks.
Sure.
And Cactus and all that, like, all that sort of stuff. But
terrifying, man.
When I learned, the couple of years ago, when all that, I mean, even the Hep C stuff was it was a thing and it's gross and whatever. But also, the Dark Side of the Ring takes that from a source that is wildly unreliable.
Yeah, Hannibal fucking sucks.
Hannibal sucks, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing to me is that they put so much trust in him to like advance the story of this episode, and he fucking sucks. Like, if you ever see the liberties he takes with legends, the way he slapped Terry Funk silly so Terry Funk had like blood blisters on his face, like he took liberties to try and get his name out there, and he is a waste. Not to mention when they show him almost kill that fucking referee.
Yeah. I love the clips where it's like of Lance Storm being like, this guy's being fucking jail.
Should be fucking jail. Right. But the thing that really turned me off from Abby is how much he does actually fucking lie about the Bruiser Brody death.
Yes.
And that Bruiser Brody episode, which they don't touch on this one, which makes the Brody episode a great companion piece to this.
Remember last week when we talked about Abby and we both said, what if they're going to bring up
Right.
Brody? And I said, he's going to get mad and he's going to say to leave. And they started talking about, was it Hannibal with the lawsuit?
It was Hannibal, and he said, I won't talk about it.
He said, no, I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, well, like, there you go. That's why they're definitely
right. And they already got him to say his piece on Brody. I'm sure he'd take the paycheck.
Yes.
You know, but watch that Brody episode. It ends up being a really good companion piece because you get Tony Atlas, you get sort of more of that side of it all, and you get to see Abdullah absolutely lie through his fucking teeth.
Yeah.
When we're at the meeting, Abby. Anyway, but this episode, let's talk about this episode. It opens up with his brother and sister.
Dude.
Wild family resemblance.
His brother's voice, man, I can't get over it.
But his brother basically tells you that he's going to lie to you the whole time up front.
Yeah.
He says, don't trust him up close.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's a really good actor.
Yep.
So he doesn't want to bury his brother, but like clearly they don't have much of a relationship.
No, you can tell.
And that's what it is. I like that he took care of his mom. That he's like, my mom. I took my mom. He's like, I'm Abdullah the butcher. My mom's on her hands and knees scrubbing floors and making sure that's not happening.
Yeah,
great.
Very, very nice.
Then Hannibal happens. They skip Bruiser Brody. Hannibal tests for Hep C in the WWF, and you know, I think Abby's the easy one to blame, and probably, I mean, they showed the clip where Abby blades himself and then cuts Hannibal with the same blade, right? But other people say, like, I know Hannibal reused blades.
Yeah.
We know, and like, you know, I don't agree with, was it Tony Atlas that was like, don't let him cut on you if you don't want him to cut on you or whatever?
So Tony Atlas said,
somebody said he let him do it, so it's his responsibility or whatever.
He said, he goes, Hannibal was afraid to do it.
Right.
And he wanted Abby to do it to him.
Right.
He goes, so that's on you, Hannibal.
I don't necessarily agree with that completely. I think the blame is still shared.
Yeah. The blade is shared. The blame is shared.
Right. It's all shared.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
they showed Abby's house of ribs and Chinese food.
Right, which I have the business card autographed downstairs. Abby, the person I feel the most bad for in this entire thing is Abby's caretaker.
Yeah, she's a little.
She's
caught
hosed.
in the headlights.
She's completely hosed by him. Yeah. Right from the start, they're like, "Oh, how'd you meet?" And she goes, "Well, I was at a soup kitchen, and he introduced himself as Joe."
Yeah.
It's like, so he's lied to you outright, and he wasn't protecting his fucking identity. He was trying to make sure he can get away with whatever he fucking needed.
Yeah.
So she was completely hosed. And then toward the end of the episode, it's great clips, and like Abby was a monster, so entertaining.
Just the word is terrifying, man.
Absolutely. And you know, when they show Gary Hart taking the hood and like all the blood and the lines in his head,
dude. When Tony Atlas said, he goes, "If you worked with Abby, you were made."
Right. Absolutely. He was
kind of right.
A total attraction. Showing stuff in Puerto Rico, and like Japan, Puerto Rico fascinates me because it is. Like that era is just wild. It's
a fucking zoo.
It's lawless,
like,
right?
It's fucking crazy.
Completely lawless. Had you head on a swivel or you will get killed.
Yeah.
But when we get to the part, which is a big part of the back end of this episode about Abby, and they mention it early on, but like Abby keeps saying like, no, everybody got mean. Nobody did this. You know, I was fucked by everybody.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I can't read or write. And they say early he's like a second grade education.
Yeah, he said he left school in second grade.
Right. And like he talks really good for someone with only that level of an education. But aside from that, there's sort of question that back and forth. Can he read? Can he write? Was it all a gimmick?
And like Hugo Savinovich says, he goes, if he only completed the second grade, he goes, that's the best second grade teacher in the history of second grade teachers.
And then the thing that sends that home for me is Foley, right? Because Foley seems to be a pretty honest, legit dude,
shooter.
Right? And he's like, if he can't read or write, he knows how to sign checks. He knows how to write checks.
Yeah, he knows how to read the restaurant.
He knows how to read restaurant menus.
Because when we're eating out 3 times a day, he had no problem.
And the thing is that saying you don't know how to read or write, I understand you probably can't comprehend legalese, contract stuff, and you could read hamburger, hot dog, club sandwich kind of thing.
And like when Cactus tells the story about them on the plane, when the stewardess comes walking by and Abby like goes in like gimmick mode,
right?
And she walks away, and Cactus goes, "The hell, Abby?"
Yeah.
And he just goes, "Gotta protect
it, brother."
Right.
Super weird. But just like to hear Mick and Hugo and like the thing about, and I'll use Mick as an example. Mick doesn't have anything to gain from this kind of shit.
Not at all, dude.
You know what I mean? So he's not trying to get one over on Abby. That doesn't help anybody.
No.
But for them to be like, I mean, if he can't read or write, that's the first I've ever heard of it. And we know that Mick and him traveled a bunch and they did those programs together.
Absolutely.
And
they
like,
spent a lot of time together.
Right. So that's really interesting. I think it's a good excuse. To, you know, I think it's a good way to pass the blame to say like, oh, I didn't fuck me, they fucked me. But I'm not saying he's a Rhodes Scholar either.
No, he knows enough.
Right, he knows enough.
Yeah.
You don't make the money and have the thing that the length of time in the business and the career you've had without knowing how to sign contract. And like again, reading and writing and knowing how to put your signature on something is a completely different thing.
Yeah, like you said, legality paperwork.
Right. But like he ran and the restaurant's closed, but he ran a business for a long time. So he wasn't doing any of the work there? You're not reading and writing to run a fucking business?
Yeah.
It's really muddy. And it remains really muddy. And Abby wants it that way, right? That's the goal of his thing. When he was asked point blank about his relationship with Hannibal, like we worked together a lot, and Hannibal's like, we were friends.
Yeah.
And Abby's like, he was a booker, I worked for him. Mm-hmm. You know, we were friendly, he was a booker. And it's like, okay, and then the one point he's like, I'm not going to talk about this. It's like he wants everything muddy because he wants that plausible deniability. He wants his story to continue, and he wants, he wants money.
And like that Hannibal just being like, they showed it right at the beginning of the show. They didn't include the clip of it in the show. Where he's like, I hope he suffers. And I hope he burns in hell. And like, dude.
Well, and Hannibal, and they do show in an attempt to sort of balance the storytelling too. They do show Hannibal taking liberties with that pick and almost killing that referee, which is insane.
Yeah.
So Hannibal sucks too.
Like 16 times.
Yeah,
or something?
there could be a whole episode on Hannibal. Hannibal's a piece of shit. And I'm shocked that he still works, but it got that experimental treatment that cured it, whatever. And, Abby's never paid any money. And, the lawsuits like that, Abby's going to all of a sudden have millions of dollars. Like, you're never going to see that money. That's not how lawsuits sadly work. Nope. If they don't have the money, they have nothing to fucking pay you. Yep. And if he doesn't have a job, it's not like you're going to garnish his wages or anything. But, also, if I'm the WWE... I'd sign his ass to a Legends deal and give me an Abdullah the Butcher action figure.
Yeah, he has, I think, some Chara Pros.
Yep.
And he had those weird Legends ones where some of them
they were those old ones.
Yeah,
he might have the figured wrestling company never did an Abby.
I don't think so.
No, this where somebody did.
Like they kind of allude to in the episode, Abby knew he couldn't go to ever work for Vince.
Right.
But he's in the Hall of Fame.
Right. So, Terry Funk put him in the Hall of Fame.
You're damn right he did, baby. Yep. But yeah, I thought the episode was it was good. Again, just seeing the images of Abby in the 80s is fucking so scary. The thing
about Abby too, that when we talk about this, he's no worse than most other wrestlers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did some vile shit.
There's not a lot of drugs.
So did everybody else. So did Hulk Hogan. So did Macho Man. They're all bad people.
If you were a wrestler in the 80s, you were a piece of shit.
Right. And so
unless your name's Bret Hart.
Right. So that's the interesting part of this. And he's still a legend. He is one of the greatest, most believable characters in the history of professional wrestling. Right. Absolutely. Terrifying.
Yeah.
But, would I buy an Abdullah the Butcher Elite? I absolutely would.
You're goddamn right now. You fucking
absolutely I would.
Oh, he's like a guy where it's I almost wish he could sign with Jazzware so they can give him a bloody one.
Right. Yeah, that'd be
fork.
cool.
Yeah. So sick.
He'd have to come with a fork.
So next week is Bam Bam Bigelow.
Okay. Do they have many left? Is this towards the end?
I think there's been a bunch. Bash at the Beach 2000.
That's going to be a boring one.
No, it's not. It's just be Vince Russo telling lies.
Oh, yeah, that's just going to be all Vinny Rue lies.
Taz is on the Bigelow episode.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the preview for
awesome.
it. Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know any other ones that are left. So, I'm excited, man. Dude, this show just keeps being awesome.
The Bigelow one's going to be sad.
Yes.
Because this isn't going to be he did a bunch of drugs and killed people and then died. It's going to be he did a bunch of drugs, he got clean, and then, spoiler, he saved people from a burning building and then got pain pills again. Yeah. So...
Yep, House of Tears.
The Bam Bam one's going to be tough because, I'm sure Bam Bam has a sorted past, but it's going to be. I think it's going to be closer to the emotion of the Candido one, where a guy was trying his hardest to find life after wrestling or in wrestling again.
You know who I'm shocked they didn't have on the Candido one, Tammy Sitch.
No.
and I don't think he was in the preview for Bam Bam. Shane Douglas.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time with those dudes, obviously.
Yeah, the Candido one, the Bam Bam one, like that. Yeah.
Like, he was triple threat,
Triple
brother.
threat, right. You would think.
You would think.
Yeah. Is Dally's on the Bam Bam one too, right?
I don't know. I
thought they showed him in the clip because they were talking about Jersey Triad.
But I only remember seeing Taz.
Taz,
Because I'm like, holy shit, they got Taz.
Yeah.
Because Taz don't do that shit.
Born hot, brother.
Dude, that line crushed me.
But both of us are huge Bam Bam fans.
I will fucking love Bam Bam.
You know, one of the people overused, but like best big man, one of the best.
Yeah.
One of the most impressive wrestlers. One of the, again, like Abby, one of the scariest looking wrestlers.
Everywhere did it all.
Yep, did it all. Absolutely.
You know what? I tweeted about this a while ago, and I'm real like mad about it. We never got like Bam Bam versus like Sting.
No, it never ended up happening anywhere.
I think they maybe worked in a tag match.
Yeah.
But, like, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
for sure.
Fuck, that would have been
Bam,
cool.
did he have a long stint in WCW?
Well, because he was like NWA.
That's true.
80s,
Right. Well,
because
he's your Crusher, your cop or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
even like, I think when Clash has a match with Barry Windham, that's really good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, and then he's back because of Jersey Triad, so he's back later.
And even at that point, I would have been like, that would have been cool to see him and Sting. I don't know why. It's just like one of those matches where I'm like, that would have worked.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
For sure.
Unfortunately, never got it. So.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to get into some wrestling?
Yeah, let's get into some wrestling. All right. SD cards be
Whose
damned.
game is it? L.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about all the figures and shit. But
no, I don't even know if we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to buy some shit.
Yes.
That's all I know.
But yeah,
I also bought some shit already.
Let's get into some... Did your stuff go up? The stuff went up for pre-order from this? Oh, like AEW stuff?
Yeah, and some WWE stuff went up yesterday, too.
Oh, okay. But yeah, let's talk in-ring wrestling.
Yeah.
Certainly not for the second time because we have a bad SD card.
Totally didn't do this for the second time.
Totally not for the second time.
In the World Wrestling Entertainment...
Hopefully there's not a third time. If there's a third time, I'm jumping out my window.
The ground's not far, brother.
I know.
Now, if I jumped out my window, it'd be a problem.
It's the principle.
It's the principality, Smokey.
Principality.
All right, World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes.
The only thing I had from SmackDown was the Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman thing.
Right.
Jey Uso ends up laying out Paul Heyman with a super kick, which was sick.
Yeah.
And then he says he's challenging Roman at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Wrestling title.
Does Roman have anybody on his side?
Solo
still there?
And Paul Heyman.
Okay.
That's
all
it.
Right. Okay.
That segment was good. Jey Uso is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Raw.
So they're definitely keeping it on Roman until Mania, we think, right?
Yeah, because we totally aren't saying this for the second time.
Right.
Cody's going to be wearing red, white, and blue.
Oh, right, because it's
City
in Philly.
He's going to run the Rocky statue, you know.
Cody's absolutely doing all that shit. And people are going to eat it up. They're going to eat it up.
People that are blinded are going to fucking eat it up. Tim.
Everybody knows what's the worst detriment to the wrestling company, the Nightmare narcotic or Somas?
Oh Jesus Christ! Nightmare narcotic.
People are going to eat that shit up, only to then realize that LA Knight is the next champion.
As the kids say,
he's Universal Champion.
As the kids say, he's next up.
Oh.
So Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
I have two things, but they're both tag matches, and you like tag team wrestling.
I do.
And I like tag team wrestling.
Yes.
One was the Viking Raiders versus the Alpha Academy in a Viking boat ship match.
Wait, is it a Viking boat match now? Wasn't that before?
Yeah, I think it's a Viking boat match.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, there was like...
Was there a boat?
There was like...
Did they fight on the galleon, the amusement park ride that like goes back and forth?
No, but that'd be cool if
I'm scared of those. I can't go on those things.
Oh, you big baby.
I am a big baby.
Match was good though. Viking Raiders won.
Yeah.
Maxine Dupree got speared through a table. Chad Gable got thrown through a wooden plank.
Were they in street fight gear or anything?
No.
That's a shame.
And then Otis got double power bombed off the top rope.
That is a sight.
And then the main event.
Big Oats.
Yeah, Big O.
Big Oats.
No, that's Big Bronson Reed now, brother.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We said that everybody has nicknames now.
Yeah, totally. Not saying that for the second time.
That's what I said. I watched that Bronson Reed match now that we talked about it for the second
time.
time. Yeah.
Nakamura's going to be turning heel now.
Because I was messaging about it because I was like, this man had a blank check in New Japan, beating Okada clean, and now he's like beating Nakamura in like a slowed down fucking walk and talk.
He was the head of
in the middle of Raw.
head of a stable.
Yeah, he was.
Man,
the argument could be made that he would be TV champ.
Probably
right now,
maybe even more.
Maybe more. I think they would have at least had the never on him now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He
craziness.
That's one of the biggest like. Why did you do that?
Right.
And I know we talked about a while ago with like Tim and Marcus. Like, listen, if it's for like visa purposes or you just like the States, you like this. I get it, man. I totally get it.
When we've talked about it before too, but like I think if you're a pro wrestler and you're growing up a fan of wrestling, especially of a certain era, and you enter wrestling, I think you want to be on WrestleMania, right? You want to main event of WrestleMania. Even CM Punk still has nightmares at night because he never main evented a WrestleMania.
That's true.
No matter what he tells you, whether he's telling lies or not,
tell me when he's telling lies. He doesn't tell lies.
He's always going to be shook up that he didn't get the main event
tell
WrestleMania.
Me little lies. Tell me a lie.
Tell it to your heart. Listen to your heart.
I'm the only one.
But yeah, what a baffling thing. But yeah, that match wasn't good. Poor Nakamura.
Yeah, well now Nakamura's turning heel.
Yeah. Do you think Nak would leave there and do another old man run in New Japan ever?
Nope.
Not even like when he's like long, old? No? Like surfing too much?
Just like to surf.
Okay.
That's all.
Do you think he'd be able to go at all in New Japan still?
Look what he did with Muta at the Noah show on the first. Like, he can go.
The only match that's not on the Muta retirement retrospective set in Japan?
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, it's not. They said it's not there.
That's poopy.
Yeah.
No, it's not poopy. The main event of the show.
Okay.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
I watched this too.
Defend the tag titles against Damian Priest and Dirty Dom Mysterio.
Yes.
Like
new North American champion Dom Mysterio.
That's who
needed interference from all other three members of the Who's and What's It to beat
the Who's and What's
to beat
the Judgment Day.
Who did he beat?
Who did he ever beat? Wesley.
That's his name.
This match was real good though.
Yeah.
Tag team wrestling kind of rocking right now on Raw. It's a little weird.
Yeah, good.
But I'm into it.
Tag team wrestling rules.
Yes.
That was a good match though. I like that main event. Did you see speaking of former North American champions? Did you see Carmelo Hayes ragging on the face sculpt of his toy today?
The face?
The face.
I sure did.
He's like, I know everyone's upset about the face, but I'm just pumped to have a toy.
Yeah.
I thought it looked all right. Didn't look like him.
It didn't look like him.
It looked all
doesn't
right.
fucking look like him.
What do you think Bret Hart feels, buddy? You're in a good party.
Power Tone needs to get a hold of Bret Hart.
Yeah.
That, like, for real.
Listen, if Macho Man can slip through their
grasps. That is one of the fucking craziest things ever.
Yeah.
Dude, how did that happen?
I don't know.
You fools. Like, did they have a panel? Did somebody ask them, like...
You fools.
Like, the first question I would have been like, hi, Brett from We Need Wrestling Podcast. Real quick question. How the fuck do you lose the Macho Man license?
Right.
Are you serious?
How do you let that lapse?
Like, how did that happen?
Right. So this isn't necessarily WWE talk, but like, where do you put all-time WWE, like, global stars globally? Where does Macho Man
Top 5?
fit? Right. Has to be, 100%. Right?
100%.
Non-wrestling fans know Macho Man because of Slim Jim.
Hogan. Cena.
Right.
Austin. Mm-hmm. Macho.
Yeah. Rock.
Probably Rock, yeah.
Rocky.
That's your 5.
Right. It would have to be.
I would say that.
Because, like, Undertaker's a giant star, but, like...
He's not that level.
But he's not that level because he never broke through in a way outside of wrestling.
No.
Like, Macho had Slim Jim and a feature role in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Fucking... God damn it, I love that.
But, but... Yeah, like, he's top 5, and he's top 5 most toyetic wrestler ever.
Yeah.
Like, they like pumping out Hulk Hogan figures.
Dude, I have a ton
Hogan's
of Macho
everyone.
figures.
Every Hogan one's basically the same. Macho has 1.5 million different things you can do. It's crazy.
That Ichiban Hogan they're putting
That's kind of crazy.
I have to get it.
I mean, they should get an Inoki to go with it, though.
That's the hot rumor is that they're working on an Inoki license.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they're doing the Muhammad Ali figure.
Oh, yeah, and it is on...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's the hot rumor.
For STC next year, they put out an Antonio Inoki Elite because they put him in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So, all right.
That would be sick.
I'd buy it. I would absolutely buy a WWE Inoki figure. I wouldn't buy the Ali figure, though. I would just have him beat up my Hulk Hogan figures.
Yeah, I'm not buying the Ali figure.
No.
The box is amazing.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Not my guy.
All right.
Way too before my era. That's the problem.
Oh, I love Muhammad Ali, but it's just not for me.
But him in WWE, like I was an embryo. I don't.
I was an embryo. I turned it into an embryo. Whoa. All right. So where we go? Where am I?
That's a very good question.
Oh, Impact Slammiversary.
Yes.
Kushida won Ultimate X, and that fucking rules.
Yes, good for him.
And then Leo Rush beat Chris Sabin for the X Division title.
Yes.
So if that means I get Leo Rush, Kushida, let's go.
All right.
I've been on Leo Rush's side for a long time. His Best of the Super Juniors run was awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Is Kushida on the
Kushida.
Is he on the All-Star Festival?
I'm sure.
He hasn't been announced yet?
I don't think so.
No.
But how could you not?
Right, it's Kushida.
Yeah, he has to be there.
He'll be there the next day, I would imagine, for the Impact thing.
He is. All right. That's all I have from then.
Oh, we're not
Enjoy.
We're not going to talk about how boring of a wrestler Nick Aldis is this time around.
Some things are pretty obvious. He's real boring.
He's boring.
Yeah.
He's a boring fucking wrestler.
Bores me to tears.
Speaking of bores, but not in that way, spelled B-O-A-R.
Hey, there we are. I'm calling box office poison.
Gummy Boar versus The Runway from Enjoy Wrestling in a Fashionista street fight. Watch this live on Remix.tv. They'll be putting their stuff up there. It's ad-supported new streaming wrestling service. They have Defy. They have a couple other things there.
Really?
Yeah, Defy is there. A couple other places.
Okay.
So check that out. They're also put up on their YouTube. This happened a couple months back or so, but they just aired. This is
it was the day after the LVAC show.
Television premiere. Oh, it was. That's right. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at Fashionista Street Fight, which means all the weapons need to be fabulous and fashionable. So like Erica comes out with a baseball bat and they take it away from her and she gets a bedazzled one and they allow that. There is some cookie sheets wrapped in leopard print pillowcases, which is a funny bit. I've seen The Runway before. I like them. But this is all about Gummy Boar.
Absolutely.
They're wearing the bunkhouse gear the right way. Except Gummy Boar should have had them cakes out, or the Boar, not Gummy Boar, like commentary called them the whole time.
You're getting
I know,
confused
he got me
because of the commentary.
He brainwormed me, this commentary person.
Oh boy.
Calling them the Gummy Boar the whole time when it's just the Boar.
Mm-hmm.
But the Boar should have had them cakes out, but it's all right.
Cakes out for the boys.
That's right. But I like that there's a Pride Christmas tree, which I think everyone started chanting "Gay Christmas."
Did that get shoved up that dude's asshole?
It sure did.
Okay, it
did.
All right.
Yes. And that's one of the things that me and Ed from Hayabusa have in common is we like when weird things are shoved up buttholes in wrestling matches.
Thought that was going to go somewhere else. All right.
Like a firecracker up Hayabusa's butt.
I mean, Ed does panels about
all of pheromones existing.
Well, pheromones is out of control.
So I was legitimately shocked when the Boar missed the gore through the table and was taken out. But I like the setup of this match. I like Boar being sort of taken out for a big part of it so that Erica takes a lot of the beating and hands out a lot of the beating, because if you've ever seen Erica wrestle, that's what Erica does. Yeah. And then Boar comes back in for the big spot.
I think I once
big
called her
modern
day Toshiaki Kawada.
Right.
She kicks motherfuckers in
the
face.
There's a bag of rhinestones which worked really well on camera, which I really liked. And then the 3D on the rhinestones for the win. Boar wins. Gummy Boar wins the
Gummy Boar is fucking over.
Right. I hope they're booked a whole bunch.
Print money with them.
In Enjoy, but I hope that none of it is after a show where we're going to see them at, so that they can come out here with us. But anyway, I also watched Mikey Montgomery versus Gannon Jones Jr. at Boar's request. And it was really good. Really great, a big guy versus little guy dynamic of a match. Mikey Montgomery looked really impressive. And Gannon Jones Jr. is a dude to watch. I guess he was a tag wrestler mostly, but his tag partner's hurt.
Okay.
Good size, good look. Really cool, innovative offense. Does a cool Dr. Bomb off of an Irish whip reversal. Really like the dynamic of this match, and really, really quality stuff. From that. So Mikey versus Gannon Jones Jr. I recommend both of those matches. There were 3 matches on this show. I will recommend 2 of them. Okay. I will still recommend Enjoy Wrestling as a whole, because I like their product. I like the way it looks. I like the things they do. I like the things they stand for. But I ain't watching that middle match. You probably couldn't pay me money to do that.
Hi-hee.
It's what it is. It is what it is.
What it is, ho. What's up?
But that's it from non-AEW wrestling in this great continent that is the North America.
All right. Are you feeling elite right now?
I am. I'm always feeling elite.
All right. So you didn't watch Rampage.
I forgot to watch Rampage because Rampage is the most forgettable show in professional wrestling.
I'm not even gonna They literally just set stuff up.
Right.
One for Collision and one for Battle of the Belts.
I did want to see Willow versus Athena.
Yeah, so Lance Archer beat somebody I can't remember right now. Oh, I think it was Trent he beat. And then out came OC to save them, and Archer had him in a chokehold. And Jake Roberts stole the backpack with the belt. And he's like, if you want this back, you got to put this on the line tomorrow night at Battle of the Belts.
Oh. I wish they'd do more with Jake.
He's a little rough.
Well.
And then...
Listen, for Jake, he's looking good.
True.
He's just packing on the pounds a little bit again.
And then this was the makeup of the Owen Hart semifinal tournament. Willow beat Athena.
Right. Yes.
Fucking really good match, dude.
Yeah.
These two have very good chemistry.
Is she going to beat her again
at
tomorrow
Ring
night?
Of Honor?
Yes.
Death Before Dishonor?
Right.
I would hope so.
Okay.
But also at the same time, no, because I want Willow on AEW television.
That's true. Maybe we'll be there. Who knows? We'll see.
We're still up in the air. We'll see.
I can't remember what part of the show we talked about that in, so...
The part that did record.
Okay, good.
So, since you're a collider and I'm a collider...
Well, dude, after... even
you're a mega collider at this point. Are you ultra collider?
Listen, I was not only was I a collider going into this week... I was a little bit of an anti-Dynamo.
Ooh, okay.
And also, none of us are pagers.
Rampagers.
Just pagers.
Oh,
just pagers.
He was a rampager.
Okay, because it's like a pager. Nobody gives a shit about them anymore, and they're outdated.
Damn.
But after the last two Dynamites, I would call myself an anti-Dynamo.
Okay.
This week I'm not anti-Dynamo, but I'm still a fucking collider.
Brother.
Right.
First
Ultra
match.
mega collider.
First match.
I'm the Hadron collider. That's how much of a collider I am, brother. I'm changing I'm altering universes. That's how fucking much of a collider I am.
I love you, Phil.
Right.
So Collision.
Yes.
First match for the tag titles. 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. Goddamn.
Yeah, so this is interesting because they put it on first, because they didn't want to give away the runtime of it. But listen, we knew how this was going. This is no surprise. I think if there was a certain fan in the front row timing this on his calculator watch, it probably would have went over an hour. But this thing goes an hour, dude, bell to bell.
I was not bored for a single second.
This match
fucking incredible.
This match fucking rules. I will say this, maybe controversial. I liked last week's meeting better.
Okay. It's because of who won.
Well, that you know what that might be. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that they outdid anything they did in that match in this one. This one's just cool because it was 2 out of 3 falls and it went forever.
Yeah.
But this is still great. I don't listen. I would have put the belt on BC Gold. We said that last week. I think that would have been the right decision to go. But you give FTR the win with the sharpshooter, which is whatever. You do that,
dude, in Calgary, brother.
But this has a lot of really great things in it. BC Gold gets the first fall. FTR gets the next 2. But the blind tag usage in this match was some of the best I've ever seen. Always done smoothly, never fucked up in any way, never missed a cue, any of that sort of stuff. All of their tag team work, and listen, we talk about FTR all the time, and we break their balls, and we've made fun of them forever. But in that ring, you just shut your fucking mouth because they're great.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
And Juice and Switch have got such great chemistry that I think wasn't as natural as FTR's. And have really turned it around and made it work. And they're a really, really great fucking tag team here, which is why I would have put the belts on them. I think they'd be a little more entertaining. But I think we'll probably get the third. I think they got to clear some stuff up with the trios belts. They run this back, and then we get Comfarter back together full time.
I don't know.
We'll see. I think you can run this back a third time at Wembley. Who knows? Listen,
I mean, you had a normal match. Now you did 2 out of 3 falls.
Right.
What's next? Cage?
You do a cage. I mean, blood feuds are settled typically in a cage. You could do, but you'd also do a false count anywhere, street fight, something like that. And a street fight, you could say is sort of Bullet Club's advantage because they're a little bit more dastardly. But love the blind tags. Jake, before this second fall in this match, Jay White kicks out of, I think, every wrestling move ever.
Dude, I said we were in the live wrestling channel on our Discord. Yes, I'm plugging the Discord.
Yep.
Jay White's falsy kickouts are like some of the best I've ever seen.
Absolutely. Incredible.
His timing is impeccable.
He kicks. I literally kept track. I had the 4,000 moves 4,001 moves or whatever, or 1,004 moves. Sorry, that Chris Jericho knew. I had that list of all the holds that Jericho, and I checked them all off. And Jay White kicked out of every single one of them before that second fall.
Three-handed moss-covered family Grenunzel.
Why do you think it's the Shatter Machine again?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure.
But anyway, it was very fucking good. It goes an hour.
I absolutely loved it. I was not bored whatsoever.
I'm not. I'm maybe hypercritical of hour-long matches because they're very hard to do, and they're very hard to not have sections that drag in them. And this one didn't have that. No. There was no section that dragged in here. These guys fucking went for it.
And it helps because it's a tag team.
Yeah. Oh, right. Because you keep tagging out, you keep moving. But these four guys pedal to the metal the whole time. Really great match. Really, really fantastic tag match.
When FTR went for like the Power and Glory finisher,
yes,
and Juice like broke it up with a splash. Oh my god, it was so good.
Absolutely. Really, I really like this match a lot. Except for the finish.
Willow Ruby Soho.
It was okay.
It was okay.
The right winner, though.
Great for Willow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking awesome.
Right. Couldn't be happier at the finish. Big smile on my face.
Yes.
But yeah, not great. Here's the thing. I've said this months back when she came back and was wrestling, maybe even before she left from the nose break. Ruby has shown me the kind of wrestler, the caliber of wrestler that she is in AEW. And it's not very good.
Yeah. She's
better than some on the roster.
She's okay.
But she's okay at best. Before, when she came to AEW, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Right? You can probably go back and see, like, immediate upgrade to the division. And what she's shown there is just okay.
She's okay.
Just okay. And I thought she was so much better, but she's not showing out like that in AEW.
I have written down KOTBT, but I don't know what that means.
Kings of the Black Throne versus two job guys.
Kings of the Black Throne. Okay, that's what that means.
Randy Myers and Artemis Spencer in a squish.
Yeah, that one dude wasn't selling for Brody's elbows too well, so Brody made him sell.
Sure that's is. Brody at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend.
Yeah, him and Danhausen hanging out. Friends of Phil.
Right.
And then, speaking of Phil, Ricky Starks versus CM Punk.
Yes.
Ricky Starks gets the win.
Which, right decision.
By nefarious means.
Right. Grabs the ropes and then does probably the biggest heel move of the night.
Dude.
Disrespects Jushin Thunder Liger. Liger had the cape. Yeah. It was full on.
It was full Liger.
This is a retired Jushin Thunder Liger.
In the gear and everything.
Right. He's ready to wrestle.
He was on TV for 3 seconds.
Like he's ready to wrestle Brian Pillman in the first ever Nitro match. Yeah. And he just gets disrespected.
3 seconds he was on television.
And there is no other payoff.
He flew from Japan to Calgary for 3 seconds.
There is no other payoff.
First of all, easy payday, brother. Right, but
I hope they paid
3
you
3 seconds Liger's on television.
Yeah. Crazy.
You had, after the match, Punk go up to David Benoit, and he's like, oh, what happened? You know, Punk go up to Liger.
We've been talking about it, though, about people staying for the All-Star Juniors tournament. Maybe Liger will come and be there ceremonially. I'm not saying he's going to wrestle, of course, because he's retired.
What if he does a meet and greet?
All right.
Oh, I'd have to.
Yeah. It's fucking Jushin Thunder Liger.
But
how could you not?
He was there for 3 seconds.
He was. And there was no payoff. I expected Liger to show up and yell at him, or somebody to be like, how dare you disrespect Jushin Thunder Liger that way? And it was
a backstage thing.
Liger was just waiting for the handshake. It never happened.
He just rips the trophy out of his hand.
Even the next.
That's the end of the show.
Right. At Battle of the Belts, when they do the ceremony, Starks is just all smiles and they don't bring anything up.
So that's the problem. You can't
have a heel win. Because it's Owen Hart.
You can't have a full-blown... Right. Yeah, but even last year, Adam Cole was a heel. He won during the ceremony, though. He was you have to kind of be like, hey, guys, let's stop the fucking act here.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
It's a nice ceremony.
And I get that, but you disrespect Jushin Thunder Liger?
Fucking motherfucker.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
Martha Hart should have fucking shot on Starks. What if Martha was like, Ricky, congratulations, but...
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
Why'd you do that to Jushin Thunder Liger? He's
right.
a legend.
Right. Or like Martha Hart, like shake their hands, congratulations. She goes to walk away, and Keishan Liger comes out, and or like what if like Ricky Starks is like backstage? He's just walking all happy, and in the shadows behind him is Keishan Liger's face comes out.
Road spike running after him. Fuck.
Jushin Thunder Liger retired. The word's out on Keishan. We don't know.
Brother. Yeah.
What if Chris Jericho shows up in the white Liger gear to get revenge?
Nobody wants that.
I kind of do.
Jericho doesn't.
That was Jericho's worst match until
Jericho has
6 years ago.
He has gone on record and been like, "That's the fucking worst. It was dog shit. It fucking sucked.
It really is. It's hilarious."
But
though.
you did bring up Battle of the Belts. Yes, you had the
Yes.
nice trophy presentation. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I have other than that was OC versus Archer.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah.
And I know last week I said, we're not going to bring up shit if it's just all right. It was all right.
I agree.
It was just all right.
Yeah, so that's the thing about this. OC gets the count-out win. I think they kept Archer looking good here. I don't know why they do the dynamic with him and Jake where he's always mad at Jake. It makes no sense to me.
It's weird.
You also denied me a Jake DDT. Jake can't take that bump. But God, I even wanted a Jake punch because like one of the best working short arm clothesline, one of the best working punches there ever was.
Yeah.
I liked OC stacking the security on Archer to keep him down.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah, it was okay. It looks like maybe they're giving OC some time off a little bit.
I don't know because the winner of the Royal Rampage Rumble or whatever,
right? But he's going to
face
right. But
OC.
he didn't have a match on Dynamite. He's not going to have a match this weekend. I don't think so. He gets a week off.
Yeah, 1 week.
He gets a week off. Thank God.
Good job.
Yeah. I do the acclaim bit. I like where Billy said he's gonna scissor everyone, and the camera cuts to a couple of ladies at ringside.
Ladies were getting a lot of time.
They were getting a ton of time.
On Battle of the Belts, there was a certain match that I'm not going to talk about.
Yeah.
But one of the female performers that was like friends with them.
Yes, right.
So a lot of TV time for them.
Yeah. So that's the We the feed cuts out and saves everybody the ending of Taya versus Tony Storm, Taya Valkyrie, which they then showed later, and I was like, I don't need to see any of this.
Nobody gives
I saw somebody say that this match was going to be the Bret Hart Tom McGee match of the new era, and Tom McGee's a much better wrestler than Taya Valkyrie.
Damn right.
And then the main event, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about in that fucking main event. As far as I know, it didn't even fucking happen.
I have no notes.
What a garbage. What nonsense. Get that off my fucking TV.
I was watching another show that was happening that same time on my phone.
Off my fucking TV.
Yeah, no thanks.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
So to finish out the week of AEW, Dynamite. For the FTW title, Jack Perry,
who buries his boots before the match.
Yes.
I wasn't totally paying attention because how do I put this? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, did he just kill somebody?
Dude,
did he do a murder? And I was like, oh, he murdered his boots and now they're just black. They still have fringe on them.
My boss and I were having a conversation earlier.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing. He goes, yeah, I looked up at first. He's like, did he bury Hook?
That's what I thought.
Like, did he kill Hook?
Right. I thought they were going to do a thing where like he buries Hook in the desert and then it's like, come on out, Hook.
Yeah.
And then Hook doesn't come out and he demands the count and whatever.
But yeah, Jack Perry versus...
He gets a Beethoven entrance.
Yeah, versus the Hooker Man.
And he's just dressed like Daniel Garcia in black leather pants and a vest.
Instantly dead as a heel when he got in that one kid's face. And the kid did.
Right. It was like an 8-year-old kid.
The kid actually stepped towards him.
Right.
I was like, oh,
it's over.
You're done.
Right.
Pal.
It's over.
Like,
right.
You're done.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
This sucks.
Right.
Like,
and people should be talking about that like they talked about how that kid didn't high five Dana Brooke.
That's a different kind of sympathy.
We did get a
little simpy.
Right. We did get a T-bone off the apron, which I thought was awesome.
That was gross.
And I liked the bit when through cheating that Jack Perry wins, he had the smile on his face. I thought that was a good bit.
Like his eyes closed and smile.
Right. But like it doesn't work.
Listen, Jack Perry's your new FTW champion. Don't you put that fucking camera on Taz, all right?
Taz was upset.
I loved when he's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Don't even put it on me right now.
Right.
And he's like, you're really doing it? You're really fucking doing it?
Right.
I love Taz so much.
There's an interesting thing that was kind of brought up to me is that also in this match, like Jungle Boy tried to do like a count out, like get Hook counted out. You're not getting the belt then. Does FTW title change on countouts?
It was under FTW rules. So
FTW used to be false count anywhere kind of thing, like no rules.
I mean,
so
I'm
maybe
sure
the belt switches on a count out. I don't know. Weird strategy by Jack Perry. No, Hollywood Jack Perry, I guess.
Though, smart man. He wore the same gear that the same day that his ringside exclusive went on sale.
Ain't stupid.
Fucking pro.
Absolutely.
And then you had the Adam Cole MJF.
MJF is scared of spicy food and poor people.
Yeah, spicy food, poor people. I want to go to that Kowloon place.
Yeah.
It gets hyped up so much.
Right.
And I'm like, that looks like some good Chinese food.
You know what?
And you could go up there and drink Mai Tais.
Yeah, you know why I don't want to go there, though? Is because that waiter irresponsibly gave them rubbing alcohol to drink because he said
that was hilarious.
Because he said this is 100% alcohol, and I was like, "It's what now?"
Yeah, you drink pure alcohol.
You would die.
Yeah,
but yeah, very funny bit.
So good.
Has the potential to. It's so good that it could hurt Max if they don't do everything the right way. But 2-3 weeks running with these, it's real good.
Like paying off in such a way that I didn't think it was going to.
Right. Yeah.
And then that leads into the.
I think Joe had said it, but this feels like who Max is as a person for real. And this is the first time we've gotten like Max being himself enhanced through a character, as opposed to him going like, well, I'm just going to do what Freddie Blassie did, or I'm going to do what, I'm going to do a Ric Flair bit and whatever. This feels like Max.
I love then they go backstage and Max is like, dude, I got his matching gear. Mm-hmm. Cole's like, I got his matching jackets. Yeah. And then, I got us one more thing. Mm-hmm. And then they come to the ring for the tag match against Garcia and Sammy.
Yes.
And it's the mashup. Mm-hmm. And MJF goes fucking crazy. For it.
Right, absolutely. I like how he's like, you guys, when he comes out and his music hit, and then he's waiting, and then his music hits again, and he's like, guys, you played the wrong music. I was like, oh, fuck, he laid him out backstage. I'm like, this is it. This is the turn. Like, he's not going to do this match. Cole's not coming out. And then it came on. I was like, oh, my God, what a great bit.
Good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, there's so much fun. Yeah. Dude, Max just wrestled like a pure fucking, 1985 Mid-South white meat babyface. Yep. Like, oh, it's so good.
Absolutely. Sammy Guevara can't dance. Dude, I was shocked at that.
The fucking dance-off.
Yeah.
I said my second favorite dance-off ever.
Yeah, right. I saw it. We all know the first one. But yeah, Sammy can't dance worth a damn, which shocked me.
I think that's on purpose.
Maybe. But this is like, if I was to describe this match to someone who hadn't seen it, this, on paper, is a really odd comedy tag team match involving the heel world champion. But it works on every level.
It works.
It's very weird.
It fucking works. The crowd was red hot.
Right, red hot. They hit the double clothesline finish. Oh. Well, yeah, it's an odd comedy match that builds to a double clothesline as the finish. And works in every way. It's so weird. It's like, to explain this to someone who let's say you haven't watched wrestling in 10 years. And you're like, oh, what's going on in AEW? Oh, there was a comedy match that literally the biggest pop of the night was to a double clothesline. Yeah. That was the finish by your heel world champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just crazy.
Very weird.
But it works.
It's worked on every level, absolutely.
I loved them.
Yeah.
I loved the post-match, too.
Mm-hmm.
Of MJF being rightfully paranoid about Cole, looking down at the bell and being like, "Are you gonna fucking hit me with that?"
Yeah.
And I liked that MJF wasn't like, "Oh, haha, yeah, buddy." He actually was just like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Right. You know, a little FTR stare down too.
Yeah. FTR comes out and then they gang up, get together again. But it was very just like then they hug or whatever, and Cole goes to get up in the corner, and MJF's staring daggers at him. Mm-hmm. It's like, let's go. That's how you do it, because it puts that in there where it's like, is Cole going to turn on him before MJF turns on him, and that's going to be his reasoning?
Yeah.
Who knows? But everything they're doing right now, fucking incredible.
I agree.
Next, not this Collision Saturday, but the Saturday after.
Yes.
FTR versus MJF and Cole.
Okay. That's cool.
So July 28th, 29th, whatever that Saturday is. So do
you think the success of these bits pushes the turn down the road? Or do they turn... Or do they keep it? They're not winning the tag titles. Maybe. I don't think so, though.
I'm under the opinion of, I hate two singles wrestlers thrown together.
Right.
Beating the tag champs.
Yes.
Not just the tag champs, but the pretty most established
right. Absolutely.
One of the best tag teams.
Right. I don't think they have any actual right to beat FTR.
No.
And the problem with these bits is they work right now, But so are you happy with the lightning in the bottle you've captured and you're going to try and pay it off now? Or do you run the risk of them starting to not hit before you pay it off? It's a delicate fucking balance because I think this has performed better than anybody thought it would. But you got to pick the right time.
So,
and how do you get them out of, if they're going to stay together, how do you get them out of this match? You can do the little dissension thing, like they do have a little bit of an argument, and then they make up, and then they have other tag matches, but then it's like, okay, it's sort of the, on a much shorter scale, because it hasn't been going on so long, but it's sort of Roman and Sammy ending up being just Sammy versus the Usos. A lot of us thought that was a mistake.
Yeah.
And the bloodline cooled off for a couple of weeks before coming back in.
Yeah.
Do you do that here? You know what I mean? Like you have, because on paper, when this was written out, when you decided to put them together for this shitty lethal lottery that you did, I guarantee you the penciled in finish, maybe even the penned in finish, was Adam and MJF make it to the finals, and MJF turns on Cole in that final in the tag match again for the titles, right? And there's some turn there that then brings Cole back to face MJF at Wembley. Do you push that because it's getting over so well? It's hard.
It's tough. I don't think MJF turns on Cole during the match.
Right.
I don't even know if he turns on him right after.
Right.
But maybe the following Dynamite.
Maybe they lose, say it's okay, buddy, it's okay. And then Max is like, hey, Cole, I want you to come out and I want to talk about this. I know it was a bummer, but I got something for you.
Yeah, and then
do a sort of because again, Jimmy Jacobs is backstage. Do the festival.
Why is my name on the list?
Do a festival of friendship, KO Jericho thing with them.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
So I guess the only other thing to talk about on Dynamite.
So right. The one thing I do want to say is that they did the little bit where Darby kindly asked OC to give AR Fox a match.
Yeah.
And while the bit was whatever, and like they're just like, hey, Nick Wayne's here. Remember Nick Wayne's here. OC AR Fox would be really fucking good.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see that.
And I completely forgot this. OC doesn't get a week off.
No. Nope, sure doesn't.
So there you go. He got a day off.
He got a day.
But yeah, the only other thing on the show, the last hour of the show, blood and guts.
Fucking fuck yeah, dude.
Not the best blood and guts they've done.
No.
But still a pretty big smile on my face for, I'll say, 95% of this match.
Okay, who's your MVP of the match?
Oh, my God. MVP of the match is the MVP of professional wrestling, Mr. Jonathan Moxley.
Dude,
he's the only guy who fucking gets
this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just when I thought I couldn't love him more.
Right.
He gets into the cage and starts stabbing people with a fork.
Absolutely.
No punch,
he watched,
kick,
right.
stab.
Because he watched, that's the beginning of Parappa the Rappa.
Punch, it's all in the mind.
He watched the Abdullah the Butcher Dark Side of the Ring, and he was like, oh yeah, I can stab people.
Brother, I wish you would ever watch this match. You would have seen me freak out multiple times.
Yeah.
That was the first freak out.
Okay.
Just people, motherfuckers getting stabbed.
You did the stabbing too with the fork a little bit later on.
But John fucking Moxley.
Right.
He busted out a bed of nails.
He did.
DJ.
Bed of nails. Absolutely.
It was one of those where I'm just staring at my TV, just going, ah.
Right. We had the bag of glass.
I texted Doug.
A bucket of glass.
I had to text Doug.
Yeah.
I'm like, Doug, John Moxley just busted out a bed of nails, man.
Yeah.
I was like, there's glass, there's fucking, there's thumbtacks, there's chairs, there's tables. Oh, I'm getting fired up again. Wish there was a flamethrower.
Right.
Yeah. God damn, I fucking love John Moxley so much.
So Moxley's the one who gets it, and I understand this is on regular television, but like the fact that only Kenny tried to bleed from the other side is a little bit of a problem.
The one buck bled too.
Did he? Okay.
Yes, he bled.
They both didn't get very good bloodies.
No, Yuta bled. That was the only one.
Cesaro doesn't really bleed.
No, he doesn't.
That's fine. He's handsome.
Pac doesn't bleed.
No, too handsome.
Ibushi doesn't bleed.
So, So I said 95% I enjoyed.
You didn't enjoy Kota Ibushi.
So the main thing I didn't enjoy is this is the wrong match for the Young Bucks completely.
Yeah.
Because they still just do their same old shit. Like, they, and like, Moxley's doing the same shit, but that's because this is what Moxley does. The Bucks still come out, and they're in a match that has glass and bed and nails, and they're like, let me do rolling Northern Light suplexes, and whatever. I like Thumbtack showering down from the top of the cage, like, all that's a cool visual, the sugar glass or whatever. Not the Young Bucks kind of match. Hangman looked good, Kenny gave it his all.
They look good.
And Ibushi has a lot of rust. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And like even when he first came out, I was like, you can tell that this man's been injured for a long time because he
doesn't look like
Kota
he used to
Ibushi.
be, yeah.
But I don't know if it was nerves or if it's timing with guys he hasn't wrestled with ever or in a long time. But like a lot of kicks strikes he just straight out missed. And a lot of his timing was off. And a lot of his stuff did look cool.
The one he kicked Moxley right in the chin.
Yeah.
That was cool.
But like I was just like, okay, this is Ibushi who hasn't done this in a bit. A lot of drama there, a lot of time off.
Yeah.
So, that's fine. He's also deceptively old.
He is. He's in his 40s, I think.
So, yeah, so that was a problem. That didn't add to my like not liking of the match. The 5% that I didn't like of the match is really the Young Bucks stuff. I just don't think it's their match.
I will say they sold pretty good. There was a picture where the one, I don't know if it went to springboard or something.
Yeah.
And Claudio like caught him in the air and threw him back into the cage.
Yeah.
That was a real good sell.
I'm going to adjust, you just reminded me, I'm going to adjust my enjoyment to 90% of this match. And this goes for every time they've done this on regular TV, which I think is every time. The fucking commercial breaks.
You have to, unfortunately,
right.
man.
I think you can, because WWE's done it. I think AEW might even have done it. But this is here's the advertisement. They're bringing this to you. Not even the whole hour.
Yeah.
The last half hour. Once it's the match beyond, if you will, in public. Then say commercial free during the match beyond. Right.
I'm with you.
But
100%.
I had a great idea for what they can do during every Blood and Guts from here on when the match beyond starts. And I know they call it, but now it's in Blood and Guts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's getting their guts pumped.
Jesus.
But here's the thing, because Excalibur does a bit like a promo on the mic for the Red Cross, right?
Still hilarious.
And he says, yes, I'm doing that, blah, 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 right? Yeah. So here's what I'm saying.
Brought to you by the Red Cross.
Get someone to pay for that for whatever the timing is when it becomes the match beyond. And in the bottom of the screen, have a QR code to donate directly to the Red Cross the whole time. And say, like, in partnership with the Red Cross and this advertiser, Little Caesars or whatever, say,
Domino's,
scan this QR code to donate to the Red Cross during Blood and Guts. I think it's hilarious and really cool. The Red Cross is a super important cause.
It is.
And they could make some money while Mox is bleeding buckets on TV and people are giving money to the Red Cross. I like it. Say like Tony Khan's going to match the donations.
It is. Do you fear it might take the piss out of it a little bit though?
I mean, maybe. I mean, no. I don't think any more than Excalibur reading a Red Cross ad and then talking about how funny it is on commentary.
Yeah,
I think that the Red Cross is super important, and I think it is a little like funny enough and ironic enough, and like you can get some eyes on some things. That's a pretty important cause.
Also, if you don't know about the fucking Red Cross by now, what are you doing?
Right, exactly. But they always need money.
Sure.
They always need donations. They help. They do a lot more than you think. It's a lot more than just blood. It's a lot more than just that sort of stuff.
I just think it gets a little too cute. Well, at that point,
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it being cute if it's for a cause as good as the Red Cross.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
So, do you think this is going to be the start of the end of the Blackpool Combat Club?
No.
Moxley's sitting there as dejected as he was, like at the end.
No, I don't think so. Because
do you think he's going to start to question Claudio and be like,
yes,
maybe Eddie was right?
So I think And Tony Khan did that interview this week. I think you sent it to me, where he was like, Eddie Kingston, when he comes back, is going to be in such a good position in this company and whatever. Right. And he fucking should be, right? So I think that yes, that this could bring a little dissension into Claudio. You can get Claudio as a babyface.
I don't even think you get Claudio as a babyface.
Or you do Moxley, right, whatever. I don't think the Blackpool Combat Club breaks up. I could see Eddie getting subbed in and joining the Blackpool Combat Club when Claudio gets kicked out. But I don't think it's the end of the Blackpool Combat Club, because I think the story here is they hired 2 mercenaries to help them, and they both bailed on them in the important moments.
Yeah, they're going to want to get revenge against Takeshita and Callis now, because Blackpool Combat Club, another enemy.
Right, Blackpool Combat Club isn't necessarily heel, right? I mean, they're beloved.
I mean, they're presented as heels.
Yeah, but they're beloved. You know what I mean? Like, they're more heels in this match because of what the Elite are, but like, people don't boo the Blackpool Combat Club when they come out.
That's debatable.
You know, like, I think Moxley's a pretty well loved guy. Like, when they're walking through the crowd,
he's the one who's loved.
Right. Dragon, I think, you know, like, Dragon is loved too.
Dragon is loved too, but Dragon's been super heel before the Okada thing.
But I don't think you're going to get anybody to boo these guys outright. So who knows? But I don't think it's the breakup, but I can see sort of Claudio moving on.
Holding down guys and stabbing them with screwdrivers is exactly a babyface
move.
No,
it's definitely not. But like it does run that sort of to quote a very wise man. There's no baby faces and heels in AEW.
Define wise.
Right. Well, he has a documentary coming out, and he's going to run the Rocky steps. Yeah, I think it's more likely to see like dissension in Claudio getting booted or something than you do maybe Mox leaves.
That's where I'm leaning.
You know, but I don't think it's the end of the Blackpool Combat Club. I think they're merch movers. I think they're a good group. But you also
can still have them be the Blackpool Combat Club without Moxley.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that'll
Danielson
probably be,
comes back and Danielson's just ruthless against Moxley.
That's true. That could be.
I texted you this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
where he comes back and he's just like Moxley. He's like, I never liked you. Right. I did this for Regal. Yeah, I put up with you.
That's true.
And you're bullshit.
Well, because here's the thing about Mox is that while everybody is violent, Mox is the one that isn't the technical wrestler. Yeah, the other 3 are technical wrestlers.
Mox is just a brawler.
Right, he's the brawler.
Beat you
so
up.
Right, so that's what. So
everywhere.
So you have them run the dissension for let's see, what's today? 3.5 to 4 weeks, and then Moxley's getting jumped out, and Eddie comes to his rescue.
I texted this.
Did you?
Yes.
Didn't I say something about it? Oh, I said Eddie Mox at Wembley is what I was saying.
That's what you
probably
said.
Not going to happen. That'd be cool though. But yeah, after this, I could see that happening.
This is my storyline, brother.
Yeah, that could be
my fucking storyline. It's coming to fruition.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's just taking a different route. It's getting there though.
It is shaping up. Seeing this, going into this, I felt that Pac was going to be the new member of the Blackpool Combat Club for real. We all knew that Takeshita and Callis were snakes.
Yeah. I said my end goal.
Mm-hmm.
End fucking goal.
Yeah.
Eddie versus Claudio for the ROH title.
Okay.
At Grand Slam.
Sure.
And Moxley helps Eddie win it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's my end goal.
Okay.
We're going to get there. We're going to fucking get there.
All right.
But for now, we have to go other places.
Okay. When does Eddie win the world title, though? The AEW title?
I don't know. Okay. I'm being legit. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if he will. Should he? Yes. Yeah. Realistically,
right.
I don't know.
I think there's enough chatter online against Eddie by idiots online that
we don't pay attention to them.
We don't.
They don't matter.
But
don't even waste your breath.
But behind the scenes at AEW probably would, and they probably wouldn't put the big one on him. I think he'll come back from the G1 with a good showing and higher up on the card. Ring of Honor title is a guarantee. But I don't know. I don't know if they.
I
ever
want to
put
lay
the
out
big one on him.
my booking.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if they ever put the big one on him. I don't know if TK ever feels like dealing with the backlash from dummies. So
I'm telling you, Mox is going to get jumped out of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Okay.
Eddie's going to come back and fucking save him and be like, I told you I'm the only one who gets to kick your ass. Nobody fucking touches you.
Right.
Like, Claudio, you scumbag. It's going to set it up. Mox is going to come back and they're going to beat him down bad.
Claudio's shoes,
Mox is going to come back, save Eddie at fucking, even if it's the Dynamite before Grand Slam, then have that match for the ROH title, Grand Slam. Eddie wins in New York City.
Okay.
Let's fucking go. Now we got to go other places, though.
Do we?
Yes.
That's the end of
that's the end of
domestic wrestling.
Yes.
All right.
Sure is.
Where were we going? We're going to Japan.
We might have to make a pit stop first, but go ahead.
We got to make a pit stop.
Yeah.
We're on a world tour, but we're not in Japan. I'm so confused.
I know, we're not in Japan.
We're still technically in North America, even.
We are taking a trip to Tijuana, my friend.
All right.
Triple Mania 31.
Shout out Roy Lucier.
I mean, my man was front and center.
Of course.
I've never seen a man cheer harder for El Vikingo than him.
Yeah, all right.
So there were 2 matches I did watch from this.
Okay.
This was one of the matches I started watching while there was the main event of Battle of the Belts.
Okay.
QT Marshall.
Yes. People talking up a QT Marshall match, and I'm calling bullshit. I've seen QT Marshall, and I don't believe it.
This is against Pentagon Jr.
Yes.
In an ambulance match.
Right. What does that mean? It just means loser has to get put in an ambulance and driven away?
You throw...
And you have to get the doors?
Yes, you have to get the homeboy in the ambulance, close the door, and drive
as
off.
if the ambulance is a casket.
Yes, a signature casket, if you will.
Yes.
QT Marshall coming out looking like a broke-ass Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Jesus.
With Aaron Solo.
Oh, okay, good.
Aaron Solo gets booted pretty fast into the match because he was trying to interfere.
Okay.
You have tacks. Mm-hmm. You have tubes.
I saw pictures from this thing, yeah.
QT bled more out of his back of his neck down his whole back than he did his forehead.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. This is brutal. Penta bleeds a lot. Penta came out wearing all white.
Okay.
Brother knows. Gets the mask ripped a bit. Bleeds a ton. They fight in the crowd once. Come back to the ring. Do some wrestling.
Yeah.
Fight to the crowd again. They stack 2 tables. They get up on a platform. Penta goes to give QT like a package pile driver off the platform through 2 tables.
Yeah.
QT says, fuck that. I ain't taking that shit. And like twists in midair, just takes like a back bump through the tables.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not doing that. No sells it pretty quick. And then Penta opens the door to the ambulance and gets sprayed with a fire extinguisher. And it's Aaron Solo in the ambulance. And they throw Penta in and they drive off. QT gets bottles thrown at him. He goes after somebody in the crowd.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Yeah. And then he just stands on top of the ramp and flips off the crowd.
That is a pretty bold. It's a pretty bold move.
I don't pay attention to AAA, honestly. The commentary was explaining that the feud has been QT provoking Penta to the point where QT took pictures of Penta's son and sent them to Penta. Like he was like spying on him. And it's like, you don't cross that line, brother. But yeah, so QT Marshall, big in Mexico. The other match was for the...
speaking of QT...
Oh, boy.
QT Marshall tweeted tonight that Triple Mania was just the beginning. On August 12th, when I become Latin America champion, the people of Mexico will finally have a champion they can be proud of.
Jesus.
And Lucha Blog said, I need to pass secret message to QT. A, don't do the face of the promotion thing. Sam's already on that corner.
Yep.
B, being the best champion ever doesn't mean much for a dead title. And C, the effective way to get heat is to vow to win this title and never return to Triple H to defend it.
I love it. Fuck yeah. Main event was for the Mega Championship. It was El Hijo del Vikingo going up against one Mr. Kenneth Omega. This is Omega's return match because he never lost that title.
Oh.
He had to forfeit it due to injury.
Okay.
So Don Callis comes out on the stage. Ooh. And then Conan comes out on the stage.
Is Conan in the Callis family?
Oh, Conan's looking rough.
Conan's been looking rough for a long time.
Conan tells Callis, like, you're not ruining this match. Brings security out, pulls him out of there. Yeah. Conan comes out to Eye of the Tiger.
Okay.
Just weird.
Sure.
Kenny and Vikingo proceed to have a fucking banger.
Yeah.
Wasn't as good as the Dynamite match.
Really? Okay.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah.
Omega wrestles more here of like powerhouse heel.
Okay. That makes sense.
You know, just like catching Vikingo, throwing him around, taunting him and shit. Doing moves in front of Roy Lucier.
Okay.
Vikingo does win.
Yeah.
He hits the 630 on Kenny. At one point, Kenny dove off the top rope and Vikingo caught him. And I was like, holy shit.
Okay.
After the match, Omega shakes his hand, raises his hand, and leaves. I thought the match was like awesome.
Yeah.
Not as good as the Dynamite match, which I was like kind of surprised by.
Sure.
Also, that was the first time I'm ever seeing them wrestle on Dynamite, so it was like crazy. But yeah, I'll cherry pick AAA every now and again. If some shit comes my way.
I've watched it occasionally. Again, we've talked about it here. Not necessarily my style.
Yeah.
And I did think about watching this, but then I was like, nah, I'm all right.
Got a lot of other shit to watch.
Tons.
All right, now we're going to Japan, sir.
Yes.
I watched.
So we're at this is the first time. This is day one. The G1 is 4 days deep.
Oh, brother, where the fuck are you going?
Oh shit, we're doing Noah first.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do Noah first.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Noah, one night dream, brother.
Yeah.
I watched 2 matches from this.
Okay, I only watched one. You watched the tag match with your boy Dr. Wagner Jr., who you happen to like.
Fucking awesome.
No, El Hijo del Dr.
Wagner Jr. He's awesome. What's not to like? He's a fucking. He wrestles like a brick shit house, and then he does flips too.
Yeah. All right.
He teamed up with Go Shiozaki against Jake Lee and Keno.
Oh, is Keno joining good-looking guys?
No, Keno's just doing his own thing. He wears blue now.
Oh, weird.
Ed's real mad about
it.
This match was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
and mainly because at the end, Go Shiozaki looked like a fucking killer.
Yeah, good.
He kept hitting Keno with lariats. He hit like 3 or 4 of them on him. Keno kicked out at the one, and you could just see Shiozaki like smirk. He picks him back up and just fucking boom.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Does like the Kobashi, like just the standing one, the killer one.
So sick.
That's cool.
Go looked like Go.
Yeah, good.
It was kind of like a preview match for like the M1.
We've said this before, but when Go is healthy in wrestling, he's 1C of best professional wrestler on the planet.
Yeah, he was amazing. Incredible here.
Yeah.
And then the main event.
Yes, I watched this main event.
This was a long time in the making here. Katsuhiko Nakajima against Kento Miyahara.
Right.
Our boy Kento Miyahara is getting around.
Two men, disciples of Kensuke Sasaki.
Yes.
I learned something at the beginning of this match.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
That Kento is from... The Ken is from Kensuke, and the Toe is from Akira Hakuto.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep.
So I want to know your mashup wrestling name. Pick 2 wrestlers and mash them together for a new first name, Brett.
Bret Hart.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a weird question. I don't fucking know.
All right, that's fine. I don't have an answer either.
How did you ask me a question that you don't have your own?
Well, because I was trying to come up because I was going to stall while you were trying to figure it out. I was going to come up with something like weird, like
Brett Nash.
Oh Jesus Christ! Your first name is Brett Nash.
Yes, Brett Nash.
Brett Nash Miles.
Yeah, Brett. That's kayfabe, brother. No, Brett Nash. Brett Nash.
I was gonna come up with something like weird with like Cocky Horror, like something super bizarre.
KG Bretty Nash.
Okay, I like it.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, dude. The fuck.
Yeah.
So we're in a sold out Corkin Hall.
Yeah.
This crowd during this match was red hot.
Yes.
I loved this, man. I thought this was intense the whole time.
Yes. So I'm going to disagree there.
How dare you?
Because
how dare you disagree with Kedge Brady Nash?
Yes, I'm going to disagree with you there because this match was King's Road as fuck. This was a slow build to insanity.
But it was the tension. That's what I should say.
Yes, the tension. Sure. Yes.
It was, as the kids say, it was palpable.
Okay. All right. I don't know how many kids are saying palpable.
With a knife.
Okay. All right. Okay.
A butter knife.
That I agree with. Yes.
All right.
But it was.
Speaking wrestling, you should know me.
This is one of the most King's Roads matches I've seen in a long time.
1000%, dude.
which is super impressive.
This was like, it felt like an early Noah main event.
Absolutely.
Early day Noah main event.
The thing that I'll say about this match with Nakajima, who I love, he will never leave Noah. Do you know why?
Because he wrestles too goddamn hard.
Yes.
Yep.
Because no one from any other promotion will put up with that shit.
Ain't gonna put up with his bullshit.
Like, if he walks into New Japan on a regular basis and like kicks kicks Goto or Okada or Ishii, like he kicks everyone in Noah, they will beat if they can, will beat the fuck out of him. The big deal of this is that he's an actual martial artist and would probably wipe the floor with you. But like in Noah, you're walking into his yard, so you got to sort of take the beating he gives you.
When he knocked out Tetsuya Endo,
right,
and even Jun Akiyama had to be like, "Hey, man,
yeah, right,
it's a little much."
Right.
I just want to be like, Jun, do you know who you wrestled with?
Right.
You know this, right?
Right.
That was a little much. Okay.
Yes.
All right, brother. Okay.
But Nakajima at one point does top mount dropping elbows, and I was like, "What? Why is he hurting this man?"
It was gross.
Like they just like Kento is good, man.
Kento's awesome.
But he ain't throwing bombs like Nakajima does. No. He tries, but he doesn't.
I don't think anybody could throw bombs.
He's not as deadly.
Nakajima right now.
It's just what it is. He's just not as deadly.
No. I absolutely love this.
Yeah.
It just that atmosphere, man. When you got a red hot Korakuen, nothing like it.
I agree.
And these two just fucking went for it.
Yes.
And like you said, it's just very King's Road. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
And damn, I want more.
Yeah, it was awesome. King's Road is
fucking more.
Yeah, and so we'll see what happens. But this was a long time coming, and the N1's coming up fast, so they got to get this shit out of the way so that Noah guys can just beat the shit out of Noah guys.
That's true.
But yeah, this was really good.
Speaking of a different tournament,
yes,
the G1 Climax 33,
right?
Born in the Ring.
So this is the G1 feels to me like it started forever ago, but this is just the first week, first 4 nights of it.
Yeah,
everybody gets 2 matches.
Yep.
So far, and one of the things that I liked about this G1 before we talk about the matches is on paper anyway, I like the 20-minute time limits now.
Dude, love it.
I think it's really smart. I think the 30-minute time limits were a little much.
The shows flow so much better now.
I do have an issue that we will talk about as we're talking about these matches.
Okay.
But I think that's super smart because, like, if you're going to give me, if like you're watching all of them, but like if I'm going to watch a match that maybe isn't that great, but it's only 13, 14 minutes, it doesn't feel like that much. If you give me a Kenta match like they were doing that was like 25 minutes, I feel like I've wasted my fucking time.
I feel every second.
And Kenta has, again, in this G1 proven that he's washed beyond washed. But
oh man,
it sucks, but
he
the
hasn't
WWE
been
ruined
given
him.
The best opponents.
No, but it doesn't matter. The old Kenta, pre NXT Kenta would have made something out of this, but WWE broke that man.
I do agree.
WWE broke him.
Tonga Loa,
I did not watch this, but people are saying
has no business being in this tournament.
There's at least 3 people that have no business being in this tournament, but
he might be number.
That's what everybody's saying. I haven't
one.
watched. I haven't watched because
no business.
1, I don't want to see how bad it is, and 2, like I think I'll just feel bad for him. Like I'll be worried about him because we're saying like he's just not ready to be back in the ring.
He should not be back on a G1.
Right, and they lost people. Like that was the Alex Coughlin's whole thing was like. I wasn't told until 3 or 6 weeks ago or whatever that I was even going to be here because people fell through. But like,
Tom Lawler,
right?
Man.
The reason the Tonga Loa instead and Tom Lawler isn't in this is a travesty.
It's a fucking joke. But all right, night 1, I have 3 matches I'll talk about.
Okay, yeah, me too. Me too.
Okay. First one I have is Ren Narita versus Shota Umino.
Yes, absolutely.
This is the first Musketeer showdown.
Right, some marquees of this whole tournament is sort of the new Musketeers sort of having at each other to see what happens here.
So this goes to the 20-minute draw.
It does.
I know we've talked privately. Mm-hmm. I got to give him his flowers on air. Mm-hmm. On Final Wrestling Place, Marcus filled out his G1 bracket.
Yep.
And he said, oh, the Musketeers, they're all going to draw against each other.
There you go.
And he said it, and I went, son of a bitch, he's right.
I didn't put a single fucking draw down on my sheet. Me neither. So.
He had every single combination as a draw.
Absolutely.
So I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Shota Umino, he wrestles like a son of a bitch.
Yes.
A lot of people are like, he wrestles like Moxley. I don't get it too much.
Well, so there was a misquote. So Yoda, I think, said this about him. Somebody said this about him, and it got on commentary from Kevin Kelly that said wrestles like Mox, looks like Tanahashi,
and has the attitude of Naito or some shit. Yeah,
but the actual quote was enters like Mox.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I think I think the misquote by whoever it was on comment, if it was Kevin Kelly or was Charlton, I don't quite remember.
Okay, that makes
he
more
has
sense.
Moxley's entrance, so it's enter like Moxley, not wrestle like Moxley.
Okay.
He does do some Moxley stuff, but he doesn't wrestle like Moxley.
No, I don't think so.
But I like Shooter a lot. He remains my favorite of the three.
He's not my favorite three. That belongs to huge Suge.
But God, but I was good. Shooter uses rolling crossroads, which is weird.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Narita has like these bridges are insane.
Dude, best
They're
bridges
nuts.
in wrestling.
And then Ren kicks out of the ignition and the cradle DDT to the draw.
Yeah.
Good use of a draw here.
Yeah, it makes fucking
sense. And we'll talk
sense.
about more of that coming up.
Next one I have here is Kaito Kiyomiya.
Yes.
Versus Huge Suge.
Yes, Yoda Tsuji.
Dude, Yoda Tsuji is like the man.
Okay.
He's the fucking man. He'll beat the shit out of you, then he does like crazy flips over the top rope and shit. And he loses to Kaito Kiyomiya, which I'm all right with.
You like him much more than I do. I like him.
He's a handsome man.
Better.
Smile?
He's definitely better than Ren Narita.
Gene Blast.
But like I just haven't seen enough of him. Yeah, I don't know that he has. Granted, it's because he's the youngest. Like not the youngest, but he's the newest back. So like Shooter's had the time to put something together and like all that. But I do like Tsuji. But yeah, Kiyomiya wins with the Shining Wizard.
Yeah,
it's a tough first match for him because as we know from my prediction, Kiyomiya wins the whole G1.
I liked the match a lot though. That was good too.
Oh, and also correction from last week. There has been an outsider that's won the G1 before.
Who?
Kojima was not a New Japan talent when he won it,
fuck, am I gonna know that off the rip?
Right. Well, I'm just saying I didn't know it either. So, but I saw it this week. So, not unheard of. Granted, my prediction's wrong, but not unheard of for an outsider to win. But
yes. Then the third one that I did watch was Tai Chi versus Will Ospreay.
Brother.
Yeah, here we go. This is what the G1's all about. Let's go.
I
want some hot takes.
This is turning opinions. This is changing minds. This is breaking hearts and sewing them back together better than they were before.
Brother.
Tai Chi Ospreay. Tai Chi winning.
Do you remember? Like they had that one like.
Do you remember?
Random one-off like fucking banger.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I remember we're going, why did they go so hard?
Right.
There's no like. This is weird.
Yes.
They fucking go hard again.
Right. So at first I was like, man, they're just letting Will Ospreay beat the shit out of Tai Chi.
He was whooping that ass.
They're just letting it. They're like, Tai Chi, you're coming down, you're singing your fucking song, and you're taking an ass beating. And then Ospreay takes a quad kick to the ear and loses his balance.
Loved it.
Falls off the turnbuckle, and then Tai Chi turns into his teacher.
Dangerous T.
And just beats the shit out of Ospreay.
He sure did, man.
Quad kick, Ospreay does the quad kicks, and Tai Chi's like, that's not how you do those.
No, here's how you do them.
Right. He does them for real. Tai Chi has a really cool enziguri. It's like a toe kick enziguri, which is really cool. And then he does a super dangerous backdrop driver. And he wins. The Tai Chi fucking wins and shocks the world, breaks my bracket.
Crazy.
My bracket was already broken. Breaks my bracket. Tai Chi with the win, and I couldn't be fucking happier. This match,
crazy,
rocked.
dude.
Yeah, incredible match.
These two just have fucking chemistry.
They do, right?
Like,
yeah,
I
he brings the best out of Tai Chi.
I feel like Ospreay's just like, let's just go for it, man.
Right.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Let's beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. So night two. I have 3 matches.
Jesus Christ! I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches
from night 2.
Yeah, because I watched the whole thing live.
Yeah, but
just to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Then there's only a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, we can skip a bunch. I'll let you lead, and if there's one that I want to talk about that you don't, because I watched this whole thing live. I stayed up for this fucking.
That was fun talking.
Yes,
it was.
It was. Like having Howard the Dave around.
Yeah.
That's good to have him there.
Shout out Dwicky, too, for being my rider in the morning.
Yeah, there you go. I ain't doing that shit. And it's even earlier for him, right? Because he's a couple hours behind.
Yeah.
That's maniacal.
Mad Mikey Nichols.
Yes.
Versus Hanare.
Yes.
Brother, on paper, I was like, who gives a fuck?
Right.
And then Hanare comes out.
Yes, looking like a madman. Yes.
Face all tatted up.
Right.
Bald head now.
Yes.
Coming out to that Alien Weaponry song, which I only remember that because of Liquid Metal. They used to play it all the time.
Yes.
Dude, this had no fucking reason to be this hard.
No, and then Hanare rocks Mikey Nichols so bad that Mikey Nichols almost accidentally kills Hanare at the end.
Dude, when they're throwing shoot headbutts, and that one that busted Nichols up, I was saying in the chat, I'm like, yo, he's fucking hurt. Mm-hmm. His balance was just fucked.
Yeah.
And then whatever that weird goddamn finisher was, that drops Hanare straight on his neck.
It wasn't supposed to be that. I'll tell you that. He won't do that again.
Dude, all of us were just like, oh no.
Well, and like to jump ahead, but like they said, like Hanare almost like if he wasn't in the shape he was in, they said he'd be out.
Fucked.
He'd be out of the G1. He's got a big lump on his back, like on his trap.
That was scary.
It was very scary. Because it was two moves in a row. So the kick or whatever he did right before it was also very tough.
I'm no safety police, but that was like...
Right.
Oh.
Well, and like Ishii in the Finlay match, which we didn't talk about, was throwing headbutts, like mad at Finlay. And Finlay wins, and it's bullshit, and they're already not treating Ishii right, but we won't get into that here. But Hanare in this match, I was like, oh, fuck. These are headbutts. These are men. I was like, dude, these guys are going to need their brains taken out. Yeah. Craziness.
Scary
finish. Glad Hanare's okay. But we, there's a little bit of chat. We were talking with some people. Like, you and I have been coming around on Hanare because we watch a lot more.
Yes, we do.
And, like, he's been having really better matches. And I said, like, better. I was like, I remembered him, like, a couple months ago, which would have been the New Japan Cup, be looking really good.
Yeah.
But I was like, I think his G1 last year was really good.
He had a good G1, and then he had that, like, 45-minute match against Shingo.
Right, that Shingo match for the kid, that was really good. Right.
Because I remember you saw it and you go, when I saw the runtime, I thought there's no fucking way I'm watching this.
Right.
And then you watch it and you go, Jesus, that was great.
Right. Yeah. So and this is a great look for him. Really, really cool stuff. Yeah, really coming around. Absolutely.
The next thing I have...
Shane Hayes versus... No, I didn't watch that. I watched it, but I have no notes.
I have Eddie motherfucking
the reason why I stayed up to watch this
versus one goddamn Shingo Takagi.
Yes.
This kicked all the asses.
I have no notes because I was just smiling the whole time.
It was incredible, man. Seeing Eddie walking out in Japan and just getting that reception.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then the match where they beat the tar out of each other.
They kill each other. Yeah.
Eddie
and this is I had this as a loss.
Me too.
Because this is a recently former IWGP champion, King of Pro Wrestling champion.
Had a great run.
Right. Shingo's one of the best. Shingo's the top star. He's one of the best there. Well respected, well regarded. Yes. And he makes the mistake of doing the Northern Light bomb to Eddie, and Eddie kicks out at one because Eddie's not using the back fist of the future here. He's using the Northern Lights bomb.
Yep.
And Eddie wins.
Dude, crazy.
Great match, great start.
So happy.
And like for Eddie to beat Shingo, to me, I was like, oh fuck, Eddie's getting treated really well in this tournament because first up he beat Shingo.
He's got right out of the gate he beat Shingo.
That's crazy. Shingo's a big fucking name.
Yeah. This was so much fun. Eddie with the post match comment backstage being like, Tony Khan, if you're listening, we need Shingo over there. I want to wrestle him at All Out, All In, wherever.
Right.
We need it again. I'm like, you're goddamn right. You
Absolutely.
do. And the only other thing I have from this was Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tanahashi.
Okay. I have the Naito Cobb.
Okay.
But Zack Sabre Jr. I do have also. Because I did not watch Evil Tomataka. Because I don't hate myself.
I think I was on, but it was one of those I'm good.
But Zack Sabre Jr., this is the best Tana's looked in a little while.
Tana's looking a little spry.
I don't know if they're, giving him the John Moxon
He's wearing those weird arm sleeves now.
Doing the Paul Walker from Varsity Blues, the John Voight injections. Yeah. Oh, John Voight injection could be something completely different these days. But
is.
But here's the thing I want to say about Tana, even though he did look better in this match. Here's how I improve everyone's current opinion of Tanahashi and how I extend Tanahashi's in-ring career. Stop doing the sling blade.
Yeah.
Because everybody else does it.
And you do it real bad now.
You're starting to, it looks a little clunky. And just start hitting people a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Because that was never his thing.
I was just saying, I don't know if he has it in him.
But if he starts laying in a little bit harder, he can extend his career. The sling blade's got to go away. The high fly flow, I think, is gone.
No, he still hit it in his second match.
Yeah. Okay.
And I brought it up to you guys. I think I might have posted it on the Discord. Liger had an interview with Sports Illustrated where he kind of said Tanahashi, no doubt he saved this company, but there comes a time where everybody it's done, and like Tana, I think it's about that time.
I think so too.
He's 47,
right?
You know,
right. Super special attraction, hide him in multi-mans, whatever.
But Zack Sabre Jr. gets the win here.
Yes.
Zack Sabre Jr. has great chemistry, seems like, with everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
So
one of my favorite dudes to watch.
Yeah.
Naito Cobb in the main event here. It's a really good ending stretch. It ends up being Jeff Cobb's first time ever beating Naito. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up really quick was at the end of this match, I thought to myself, maybe Naito isn't a must-watch guy anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about that more in a little bit. But that is the end of night 2. Solid nights 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Really fun G1 so far. For sure.
Night 3, I only have 2 matches.
Night 3. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you got?
Will Ospreay, Yoshihashi.
Oh, you didn't watch Owens Kiyomiya?
I watched it,
okay.
brother. There's nothing to talk about.
Oh, there is something to talk about.
Chase Owens sucks.
Yes, Chase Owens is us.
Ew.
He is.
Why?
Because you and I can also get entered into the G1.
Oh, God.
Look like trash and lose matches.
You know he beat Gabe Kidd night 1.
He did.
God, he made Gabe Kidd look bad.
He did. I do like Owens. He did a slingshot Spybuster into a DVD. That was cool. But he does suck. Kenta, I've seen Beaches less washed up than Kenta these days.
Oh,
boy. I'm actually going to run really quick through this stuff because Narita Yoda-Tsuji happens, which also ends up being a draw.
I didn't love it.
I didn't love it either. I liked Yoda's dive, and especially because he hung himself up on the guardrail because he went a little too far.
He's a fucking sicko.
But Chase Owens on commentary talking about how experienced he is and shit, and that fucking bothers me. And he said something in this about somewhere about in this night bringing up if you mess with me, you'd have Ricky Morton and Tracy Smothers coming after you, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean? So I looked up, and Chase Owens has had one WWE match.
Yep.
Where he teamed with Ricky Reyes under different names in the hub of all interesting professional wrestling things, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. They teamed up to get squashed by Ryback.
The Ryback, yes.
And I was like, oh, I want to see this. He cuts a promo, which is shocking, and makes fun of Wilkes-Barre for not even knowing how to pronounce the city name right. And as he's saying this, dare I say, handsome man stands up from the front row. I can only assume to tell Chase Owens that he fucking sucks.
Yep.
But you were there.
Brother.
So you have seen Chase Owens, and I think maybe even Ricky Reyes' only WWFE appearance.
We were there for a Chase Owens match, too, at the Young Lions Cup.
Yep.
So you sent me this, and I'm looking, I'm like, why the fuck is he sending? And then I saw the screenshot, and I was like, holy shit. I'm like, that's 11 years ago.
Yep.
I have zero recollection of that.
Right.
The only thing I really remember from that night was Bryan Danielson coming out from under the ring and beating somebody up with a chair.
Well, and you were in your Yes shirt.
You're damn right I was.
And I'm assuming the dude you were with was also in a Yes shirt?
That was my brother.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell. A little blurry. I could tell you from 100 yards, but, him.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that was a front row
so there
to
you go.
SmackDown,
Big T?
Dude, I was there for a lot of shit.
Were you there for Vince with the limo exploding?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now Chase Owens' WWE debut and only match.
I was there with Samoa Joe won the U.S. title.
There you go, see?
I was there when Daniel Bryan fake cashed in his Money in the Bank.
Right. We were there when Adam Van got legally as close to Alexa Bliss as he's allowed.
We were there for that as well, yes. Jesus Christ.
But Yoshi, the real shit here, Yoshihashi versus Will Ospreay.
Hey DJ.
The match that I met, breaking hearts and sewing them back together again. My life is changing in this G1 because, ladies and gentlemen,
you know what's happening? You're getting soft.
I think so. I think
getting soft.
I'm gonna.
You feel bad for Dana Brooke,
but you're right.
You appreciate Damian Priest.
I do. Here's the thing, though.
You're liking Tai Chi?
Here's the thing about Yoshihashi. Am I getting soft, or did him tagging with Goto and Ishii making him hard? He's still got a goofy fucking face, and he's got to work on the facials while he's wrestling.
He just yells a lot.
But 30 seconds in, Will Ospreay's bleeding from his chest from a chop.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's hiding razor blades in his fingertips like fucking Abdullah the Butcher.
God damn
it. He did a great. He got the Oz cutter and sold up and spun himself over in a position. It was such a great little thing.
Yep.
This match is the template for what these 20-minute G1 matches should be.
I agree.
Because we'll talk about it a bit, or maybe we should have already talked about it. But a lot of these matches, I'd say more of these matches than should be, is getting into like less than a minute in the time limit. I think they're overusing that.
You're getting a little cute with it.
I think
already 4 nights in, it's getting a little cute.
Right. I think they're in 4 nights in, they're overusing there's only 30 seconds left, and there's a couple of draws, and there was the one match, the Sonata match, maybe it was like 30 seconds left or whatever. But like a lot of these matches are getting down into under 5 minutes, and then under 3, and the announcers are screaming it, and commentary's putting it over, and I'm like, you can go out there and have a banger of a 12 or 13 minute match, and no one will fucking complain.
Yeah.
And that's what this match fucking does. This is the template for what these matches need to be. This was awesome. This match was so fucking good.
Yeah,
like I cannot express to you how good this is. The best match of Yoshihashi's fucking career,
easily.
Ospreay looks really good, but like I don't think this is like a case of like Ospreay making Yoshihashi look better than he is. I think Yoshihashi is being like, I'm gonna fight for fucking real.
Yeah.
Because this match was really good, and I texted you and I was like, "Fuck, do I like Yoshihashi now?" Which
you sure did.
Never thought that would fucking happen. No. And the jury's still a lot of matches left. But this was fucking really good,
dude. Him and Ospreay tore it up.
It was really good.
The only other thing I watched from this was the main, or that I'll talk about, was the main event of Kazuchika Okada versus ELP.
Sonata Shooter.
It didn't click for me.
It's the most handsome match of this G1. It's
very handsome, I agree.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
Okada ELP, though, was really good.
Yeah, man.
And like
ELP getting his first main event.
Right. Like, and we like ELP.
Absolutely. ELP rocks.
I don't know that the Japanese crowd is necessarily sold.
Dude, but he was getting cheers over Okada.
Because in this match, they give him enough over Okada that he looked so good.
Yeah.
That like
fans were chanting for ELP.
This match helped legitimize ELP a lot in a lot of people's eyes. I always really liked him. He when he quiets the crowd for the chop and then does the nipple twist. Okada kicks out of the CR2.
He does.
At
when he hit the
2.999999999.
My jaw dropped. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna win.
The absolute closest you can get to a 3 count.
Yeah.
He kicked out of that. A great reversal sequence at the end of this. They treated ELP like a legit guy here.
I thought so too, man.
Against the biggest star in the company in Okada.
Yeah.
And of course Okada gets the win, but I still really liked it. And I was happy for ELP. This match was good. It was a really good main event. For sure.
So we're moving to night 4.
Night 4. The last night that we have to talk about.
Yes. Zack Sabre Jr. Toru Yano. Did you watch?
Yes, I did. Before we do that, dear Jesus, New Japan, if you're listening, fly me over. I'll work cheap. Kevin Kelly needs a fucking partner.
Yeah, it's tough. And anybody doing a one-man thing is tough, man.
It is.
It only worked once ever, and that was Joey Styles.
Right. And they said, like, he said Eddie Kingston's going to be doing it with him in August. But, like, he didn't want guys who had matches have to worry about this, too. But he needs a partner. And Charlton's not always going to be there. No. Scheduling conflicts, whatever. He needs a partner. That being said, I did watch Yano via Zack Sabre Jr.
Shenanigans were had.
Yes.
Fun was had.
Fujita comes out instead of Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
And then Yano dresses a young boy up as him and says, you go do it. And then he gets choked out on the ramp.
Sure does.
While Fujita is taping the corner pads in, which is hilarious and long-form storytelling.
Funny.
Sabre Jr. yells at Yano, wake up, dickhead, which is really funny. And then Yano goes out, tapes Sabre Jr.'s feet together. They do the tease. He's not going to make it back in. Yano's trying to get the corner pads off, and he can't.
Can't do it.
Zack cuts his feet loose to trick Yano and beats him.
Yeah.
I need an Ichiban Sweet Boy shirt.
You're my little Ichiban Sweet Boy.
Thank you. But Ichiban Sweet Boy helped out a lot. This was a fun little match.
It was fun.
Right? It's just a fun little match. I don't know how much other Yanos I'll watch, but this was a lot of fun.
This was what Yano, where I was like, okay,
yes.
I could fuck with
Absolutely.
this. Jeff Cobb, Alex Coughlin.
Yes.
Alex Coughlin, whatever. Michelle will fucking yell at
Coughlin.
me. Him, like, catching
It's
Jeff
insane.
Cobb.
It's insane.
Is
It
some
shouldn't
of the
happen.
crazy
No, it's against
shit I've ever seen.
No, it's against physics. We're not living
Dude, when
in
he
a...
gut wrenched.
Yeah, right.
It's like, what is
Right.
happening? Like, the match, like, it's nothing great, but it's just a quick, like, it doesn't go long.
No. And Coughlin is another guy worse than Yoshihashi. He makes terrible faces while he's wrestling.
He gets bug eyes.
The big eyes I don't have a problem with, but when he's doing moves, like he makes some weird faces.
Super impressive.
This was
with
good.
the strength, though.
It's insanity. He's able to catch Cobb and stuff like he did, for sure.
Evil Eddie Kingston.
So,
I'm just gonna say this.
yeah.
Eddie tried. He tried, man.
Yep. Eddie looked good.
Eddie looked good. He was trying to get Evil to a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been an Evil guy.
No.
I've said it years ago.
Yes.
Like, it's not my guy.
Right.
I don't get it.
Yes.
The House of Torture stuff is, as you said, and we were texting.
Yeah.
Some of maybe the worst shit in New Japan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's been established as being the worst shit in New Japan.
Crowds don't like it.
No, it's just not for me.
No. And like Eddie comes out with the Singapore cane, it gets taken off of him. He ends up beating Dick Togo, which gets big pops and stuff.
What do you say to Togo? He's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, right. And that's what cost him the match.
Yeah.
Kevin Kelly calls the stretch plum a stretch muffler.
Yeah.
Evil gets the win on the distraction. But like this match has a bunch of, whoa, what if they get counted out? And it's like, oh my God. A lot of count out stuff in these matches across the board in the G1. A lot of time limit shit.
Eddie tried.
Eddie tried. But, like, Evil just sucks the energy out of the room, and the crowd knows it.
Yeah.
When he comes out, they're like, okay, this isn't going to be what we want to see.
Yep.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, so Eddie looked fine, but not his finest. Eddie loses, which
Yeah.
And again,
I'm over 200
and here's
matches.
the thing. Former IWGP champion, so, like, Evil has the resume to be like, okay, I get it. But, like, there's no reason in the world why a man who beats Shingo Takagi then loses to Evil.
No.
Just doesn't make any
Shouldn't happen,
sense.
brother.
Right. But it's all right. It's fine. Eddie wasn't going to run through this anyway.
No.
So, we'll see what happens.
Next I have is Hanare versus Shingo.
Hanare out with the lump on his traps.
Dude.
And watching this, I was like, one of these guys is going 0 for 2.
This is just two dudes beating each other's ass, man.
Absolutely.
This was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Again, they were living off that like random 45-minute match
Right.
from a couple months ago.
Absolutely. This match also has time limit shenanigans in it.
Yeah.
I was just they did it so much, but it's really good.
So
it's a great
fucking
match.
good.
Absolutely.
And Hanare beats Shingo.
Yeah.
Shingo's 0-2.
Shingo's
What
0-2.
is going on?
Shingo, when there's a part in this match, Shingo catches a kick and he's holding on to the kick. And Hanare's slapping him to get out of it. And Shingo catches a slap and does the main Japan. Incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hanare's
Hanare,
a big boy to be getting up to do
absolutely. Hanare wins. Very hard hitting, solid match.
Yeah.
But like Hanare looks a little beat up and like because he is like that.
Yeah.
That Mikey Nichols thing really fucked him up. So hopefully he
that.
gets a
Hanare
little
Kingston's this weekend.
Is that? Oh my God. Oh boy.
So next I have is Tetsuya Naito versus Haruki Goto.
Okay. I thought this was a solid match.
It was solid, and so I was talking to Dwicky during this, and
Yeah.
Dwicky brought up the question of, is Naito washed?
No.
And I said he's getting there.
Yes, and this is the continuation of what I said when I watched that first Naito match, and I said, this was my first time I ever said, is Naito no longer a must-watch guy? And this match is when I was like, oh, he looks old.
Up until like the last 5 minutes, I agree.
The cracks are starting to show.
The last 5 minutes were really good.
Yeah, for sure. It ends up being a solid match.
Like, Dookie and I were talking and just saying, like, it looked like a struggle at the end between the two, which I like.
Right. But
it made me buy into it.
I don't know that we'll see Naito as a legit contender for the main title ever again.
It's tough. Because he's so fucking over.
He is, but the cracks are starting to show. And he didn't want to wrestle this long. He's over it past his due date.
I explained it to Kincannon. He said he wanted to retire at 40. He's 41 now. COVID took some years away from him, so that's why he's still going. And last thing, main event was Tama Tonga versus Tomohiro Ishii. Your boy's getting disrespected.
He always does.
He's getting mad disrespected. Right. I thought the match was very good.
The match is good. Listen, I was upset, so I may have written some things in my notes that I didn't mean at the time.
Say it.
Okay. Tama Tonga.
You want him to die?
Tama Tonga needs to take his dumb Turbo Man looking ass out of Japan.
He does look like
He's dressed like Turbo Man.
Turbo Man.
He's dressed like Turbo Man. But here's the thing. Ishii gets, I think, the best out of everybody when he wrestles.
He does.
And Ishii is very well known.
There's been one bad Ishii match.
Yeah.
And that was against Evil at Wrestle Kingdom 2 years ago. It was fucking awful.
And Ishii, the last 2-3 G1s, not including this one, this is going the same way. This is what he does. He just puts people over, which is a shame. Again, these crowds love him so much that, like, I think you would get a giant reaction out of him winning a major title 100%. Or making it to the finals of a G1.
Yeah,
like,
he would.
I think he'd show out. Like, the man is a fucking bruiser and looks really good in his matches. Tama Tonga wins here. It pisses me off, but that's fine. But what pisses me off the most is that multiple times in this match, Tama Tonga is out of position and Ishii has to pause or put him in position. There was one super noticeable one where he didn't sell up for the sliding lariat and Ishii bounced off the ropes, had to stop and go bounce, sat him up, and then did it. And I'm like, you're wrestling Ishii. You know what the fuck he's doing.
You know what you're getting,
You know what he's doing. Come on.
You're right. I'm with you, man.
So I was just like, oh man. Like, and I get it. They like Tama. You know, I think these guys go be in the new bloodline or something. Like, get out of here. I couldn't get over the fact that he was just like Turbo Man.
Tongans.
Yeah, I don't think they're great singles wrestlers.
I don't either.
I think they're okay singles wrestlers, but they're better tag team guys. They have the chemistry. They can both lean on each other's weaknesses a little bit.
As a wise man once said, it's okay to just be a tag team wrestler.
Listen, tag team wrestling fucking awesome. It's okay to do that. But yeah, the match was fine, but like Ishii 0-2, right? Is that how this is working?
It's 0-2.
With Shingo and Ishii 0-2, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And, it doesn't mean the end of the road or anything, but Ishii's going to finish with 4 or 6 points tops.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. No matter how internationally angry he may be.
Yeah. So speaking of internationally angry, let's get some standings on our G1s
okay.
Here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us filled out full brackets, all involved with the soon-to-be-named network.
Correct.
So after 4 nights...
So we got to talk about this?
And we do.
Okay.
So tied for first place, a total of 20 wins.
Yes.
Are Michelle...
The G1 Whisperer.
And Tim.
Proving that New Japan just books on abs.
Yes.
So Michelle dominantly in first place until the day 4 where Tim had a hell of a showing going 6-2 to close that gap.
Listen, so me...
You had a great showing that one
day. Day 3, I went 7-1.
7-1,
so
that's impressive.
I'm in third place right now with 19 points.
Right.
Tied for fourth are one Mr. Dwicky and Mr. Marcus at 17 points.
Right.
And sucking shit last, bringing up the rear.
Absolutely.
There's one Mr. Aduge.
That's me.
With 16 points.
So I'm only a point out of the. I'm only in there by a point.
Brother.
I got to come in. I'm doing all right. I got some 4-4s. Everybody went 4-4, but Tim this week, this newest the day 4.
Yeah. I had a rough day 1.
Yeah, I had a rough day 2. I think I got 2 right that day.
Yeah, you did.
But you know what? That's fine. I took some risks. Things are surprising me, and that's cool.
I like it. That's good.
You know,
I like the surprise.
Some of the stuff I got right. I like getting it right. You know, like I had Eddie beating Shingo, I think, so that's pretty cool. But yeah,
no, we had Shingo beating him.
Did I? Oh, that was his loss, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Evil beating Eddie threw everybody for a loop in day 4.
Despicable act.
Right, but there's some good going here. I like the competition, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, thank you, Dwicky. You're the fucking man doing the spreadsheet. Really,
I mean, I've been updating it. He just created it.
Yeah,
he's the spreadsheet master.
He's Michelle. They love their
he's
spreadsheets.
the CEO of spreadsheets.
Just as she's the EVP of soda.
Yes, executive vice president of sodas. I have a car full of soda to prove it.
You do so much soda.
A lot of sodas.
So yeah, this has been a lot of fun.
Yes.
I'm having a blast watching this.
Absolutely. It's been a good G1 so far.
I'm going to be
some things
up
I don't
in
like.
4 hours to watch them.
You certainly are. Some cool G1 stuff. Some stuff I don't like, but that's to happen.
Par for the course, brother.
But overall, there's been some really good matches.
Yeah.
You've been guiding my hand at night when I get to watch stuff, which is nice.
Sure have.
Right. So
been doing that for years.
Right. Absolutely. It is one of the cornerstones of our relationship. As I text you and go, "What am I watching?"
Yeah.
And sometimes it's everything. I think the other night it was everything but 2 matches.
I know. I'm just like, even later in the day, I'm like, hey, if you want to watch Tama Ishii too, why?
And I've been keeping up. I've been catching the time. I don't know how much I'm going to branch out. I know we talked about Tokyo Joshi Pro, but those matches haven't been looking too great. And you said they were like single cam, no commentary stuff.
Single cam, no commentary.
Yeah, so maybe the finals of that tournament when that hits. But the G1 fills our plate more than enough. We'll see what happens on Noah. But the G1 fills our plate. Oh, I want to watch Peter Pan. I want to watch DDT's Peter Pan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you want to watch Cardona, right?
Of course.
Fucking coward.
Right. I want to watch him get thrown into the ocean and eaten by a shark. But but yeah, this has been a fun G1, and every year we really like fucking doing it and having fun, and it's been a blast having more people involved.
Yeah,
maybe depending on some matches on the weekends, maybe I'll do like the real early and then crash after to be in there to chat with everybody.
I'm a fucking psycho, dude.
You are.
It's just me up late at night. It's me and Dwicky.
Yeah, right.
I don't fucking sleep.
Right. But it's much easier for me to swing on like a Friday into a Saturday or a Saturday into a Sunday to do those late night things. And I did really like chatting that up and having Dwicky and having Howard the Dave.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's really cool stuff. So keep that up, guys. Thanks for being involved. I like seeing how people do.
I'm loving the Discord.
It's been fun.
It's been so much fun. Sure. I know you even text me like, I don't even go
on Twitter. Broke my Twitter habit.
Yeah. Honestly, same.
Right.
That's great.
Right. Yeah.
My Blue Sky habit, I just go on there, post a picture of a wrestler every day, and then I'm done.
There you go. That's all you need. Right. That's it.
I love it, dude.
There you go.
So we're not going to go over all the figure shit. Did you buy anything, though?
I did not.
Okay. I'll run down real quick.
Yes.
I bought the new Ultimate Warrior, the hold Vince up for $500,000.
Oh, that's up for pre-order?
Yeah, it's on Target.
Oh, that's a Target.
Yeah. So you're going to get it.
All right, I'm going to have to get that.
Yeah, it's still for pre-order.
Okay, I'll have to get that. I'm going to swap out I think I like that one more than the two belt one. Yeah. It just looks more like him. It's a little bit later, so he's like super jacked up. The hair is a little longer,
a little more cartoony, almost.
Right? And it's it's a little more elaborate. The outfit with the jacket, the tassels, and everything. The face paint's a little better.
The warrior wildness,
right? And he literally held Vince McMahon up for money before going out in that tag match.
It was fucked up. That morning, I was watching stuff about it, and then it was like an hour later. I was like, "What? Funny. That's weird."
I didn't know that went up. I'll probably pre-order that.
Yeah,
one.
that's a Target.
Okay, so we'll get that one.
I did also pre-order the Zombie Sailor Bastion Booger.
Oh, okay.
It's a Comic-Con exclusive.
Oh, okay.
He put it up like a day early for people in the major groups, so I got that.
Yeah.
And then AEW put some stuff up for pre-order.
You didn't pre-order the Demolitioner of the Phases of Fear from whatever that is?
I don't think they're up for pre-order.
Oh, okay.
But God, I'm fucking tempted.
They look pretty cool.
So AEW put some stuff up.
Yeah.
And it made me go cancel something. So Amazon had the Hookhausen 2-pack, and I went and I canceled it. Number one, because I don't need that many Hook figures. But I did order the Hook ringside exclusive.
Okay.
And then in the normal Unrivaled line, I did order the Danhausen, just because I like it with that coat. And I ordered the Butcher.
Nice.
Because I fucking love Andy Williams. So that makes me happy. To see him get a fucking figure.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, my fucking Ultimate Macho got canceled.
Yeah, that stinks.
So I got my refund for that today. Mm-hmm. So I just left the money in my
We didn't
PayPal.
talk about that, but how the fuck do you lose that license?
It's so crazy, man. I just
really
don't
insane.
understand it.
There's a ton of announcement stuff that I'm going to come out, and like I'm on a limited budget. I'm on limited space.
Yeah.
So I got to make some hard decisions. Yeah. Like the Paul Bearer Elite. I'm like, oh man, but then I don't have a Undertaker of that era. So I'm like, because I only have the Ministry Undertaker. So I'm like, so do I sell my Ultimate Undertaker?
Get the
Gobbledygooker one, sell the Gooker because I don't need the Gooker, and then have that era.
Gooker.
No, I don't. I don't know. Do I get rid of the Kane and the Undertaker Ultimates?
But the Chase Bearer is what he was managing Kane during that time.
It is, yeah, which is funny. But I'm like, do I need that though? I don't know that I do because I'm not an Undertaker guy. The Undertaker Ultimate just looks so good.
Yeah, that's why I have it.
But I'm not. I'm not necessarily an Undertaker guy, so I don't need to. I'm much more of a Paul Bearer guy than I am an Undertaker guy.
Yeah,
but also the Virgil in the Candy Stripers, like that's really cool too. But I don't have a Ted.
I don't need them. Yeah.
So
the new Teds are coming out too.
Yeah. But Terry.
Yeah, there's shit
Icon
that went
Piper.
Out. Yeah, the Faces of Foley 3-pack.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
that's a must buy.
The Ultimate Oscar.
That's a must buy.
Yeah, those are absolute must. And a bunch of wrestle crap shit for me.
Yeah. Terry Gordy license somehow.
Dude, fuck.
You lose Macho Man, you get Terry Gordy. I say
Fake Diesel.
6'1", half a dozen the other.
Cruiserweight Eddie Guerrero Ultimate.
It's
WCW.
Walmart exclusive, but
we've been talking about that one for years.
Yep, absolutely.
How we want it.
It's the best era Eddie.
They're giving it to
Eddie,
us.
Absolutely. It should come with a button on the back that plays his theme music because it fucking rules.
Yeah. There is another thing that looks like it's going up for pre-order, and I would like your live reaction.
Okay.
This is the exclusive Power Town 2-pack.
Okay. I didn't see this. They didn't see they announced anything. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So
I need your full breakdown.
So this is... What did I was listening to Conan O'Brien's podcast with Patton Oswalt this week, and Conan O'Brien started doing like a bit like some sort of visual comedy bit, and Patton Oswalt goes, "Visual comedy, great for podcasts." So this here, I'm going to assume it gets posted.
It's been posted already.
The Ad Odds with Wrestling, Ultra's Premium Collectible, Power Town, Vansky and Sposto. I would have put Diamond Joe on it instead of his shoot name, but whatever. In Joe in the mask, Jesus Christ, the screaming face, Adam with his tongue out that isn't his tongue.
Yeah. Is it Broski's tongue?
He seemingly has photoshopped Broski's tongue onto his own face.
Yeah, I didn't notice
that's creepy. Listen, Joe and Adam pictures on the box. Whoever taught Adam Photoshop, I'm gonna go back in time and make sure you were ever born.
I told Adam this is my favorite one yet.
It's
my number 2 was Joe as Herb Abrams.
Yes, it's pretty great. It's hilarious. If this was real, I would definitely keep one of them.
Oh, the other one would it meet Duke the Dumpster?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't gonna tell you who is who, but that's just what it is.
The one title too is the AIW title.
Oh, is it?
Jesus
that's funny.
Christ, Adam, you fucking psychopath.
Yeah, that's funny. I thought it was an Arthur MacArthur figure, but I guess.
I like that. Adam, all 3 heads are just the same.
Yeah.
God damn it, that's
great
incredible
stuff. Absolutely.
So speaking of them, we don't have anything left, right?
Nope, that's it. Let's get out of here.
Hit pluggies.
Yes.
Soon to be named network.com, soon to be named network.tumblr.com, at soon to be STBN Network on Twitter. Where we have a Discord.
Yes.
Which is fucking, I love it personally. Mm-hmm. I've been getting involved in other Discords as well now.
Uh-oh.
So
I'm in a couple.
I'm all over the place now. Yeah, man, it's a real fun fucking community. Yeah. Todd, you'll get there eventually, babe. I know you.
You'll figure it out.
I know you listen to every podcast on the network, as you state.
Yes,
so.
yes.
But yes, Long Box Heroes After Dark, Final Wrestling Place. Why can't I remember anything else right now? Is that it?
You should just go in the Discord and just read the.
That's
read
true.
The side. We Need Wrestling.
Wings on Wings, our other fucking show.
Long Box Heroes, Ad Outs with Wrestling, T&M shows. Puzzle
TNM
Warriors
Sports.
3, Profane Arguments, Hayabusa,
Oh, how could I forget Hayabusa?
Wings on Wings.
Yes. Hit us all up.
Right.
Yeah, we're at We Need Wrestling
the 7
on
Inch
Twitter.
Club. Look up.
Mike's
the
7 Inch Club.
first 7 Inch Club. Is that what it's called?
First 7 Inch Club. If you're
not in the network, but a friend.
if you're a
friend,
hardcore punker and you want to listen to some funny shit,
also known as Border Boss, because they used to be a Taco Bell podcast.
Yeah, and Mike used to be one half of Virtual.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Mike's cool. So there you go.
Mike's a good dude.
And that third episode of Hayabusa is still living rent free.
Jesus Christ.
In all of our brains.
Smith Hart. When we're getting the Smith Hart figure,
I don't know.
But yeah, we're at We Need Wrestling. WeNeedWrestling.com. WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com.
In 2 weeks, we'll be on Blue Sky.
Will we?
I should get another code.
I
in 2
have an
weeks.
invite code.
Oh, do you have an invite?
Yeah.
I gave mine to Michelle. So
is she on Blue Sky now?
she hasn't signed up yet, but I sent it to her.
Do they expire?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I have an invite code. We can do it. So.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Check it out on Threads.
Yeah, on Threads, Threadhead.
Yeah.
Better Dead. I don't fucking know.
Better dead than Threads.
There's a bunch of shit.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's
right.
it. I'm not good at plugs.
Well, watch our social media if let's to see if I'm crying in front of Taguchi this
You're
weekend.
at the Dude. I'm at
Yes.
Brett
We haven't played them in forever.
I know we stopped doing that.
Yeah, we did.
We?
Well, because
I don't use my Twitter as much anymore.
Right.
I really
Exactly.
don't. It makes me happy.
Yes.
But, that's it.
That's it. We get out of here.
All right.
We'll be back next week. We got probably 4 or 5 more days of G1 to talk about by next week.
wait.
So.
All right, I don't know how to end this. I'm not good at this.
You're great at this. That's the problem.
Something touched my leg and it freaked me out. It was a cat.
Yeah, I saw her get up.
I don't know. Revenge of the Turds.
What does that even mean? What?
I don't know.
Revenge of the Turds?
Revenge of the Turds.
What is that from? Is that from something?
No.
That's just from your brain.
I guess.
All right. I guess that's where we're living.
I apologize with my brain.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds.
So also, Christian, your pal Christian, tweeted that he said, I wrestle in a turtleneck because I put the wrestlers half my age to shame, and then posted this picture of him at 49 years old.
Christian.
I mean, he's definitely a turtleneck hottie.
Yeah. Well, hey,
turtleneck hottie.
Hashtag turtleneck hottie.
Hashtag turtleneck hottie.
God, this